And hello, Internet. Welcome to Land Beyond the Mist. This is session number 41. We have climbed over our midlife crisis, hopefully, and into the, golden age of our the rest of our shows. I'm excited to play some more D&D with everybody. And let's just get it started. I'm I'm muted. April Fools. Oh, okay. People just being dicks in chat. Got it.
Can we ban that
Alrighty. Why don't we go around the table, introduce ourselves and the characters that we brought to the table today, and we'll jump in and get some game going. In just the camera order that I see it in Discord, let's start with Discord Spot.
Yeah, hi, I'm Discord Spot, bringing back Grond, the Necromancer, and Wandering Potion Maker. Yeah, this time we're hunting some eggs, I guess.
All right. Excellent. Well, welcome back to the Mist. Always good to have you. Let's turn it over to. Do you want to go by Hop or do you care about going by Dan? What is your preference?
Either one does work. Either one works for me.
Either one. All right. Well, take me away, Dan. Go ahead and give your character an introduction.
All right. I am playing Jonas, an ex-military captain turned traveling bard, and excited for another in the mist.
All right. Excellent. Excited to have you back as well. Next up, we have a Soul Crusher. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be on the Mist, as always. I'm Soul Crusher. I'm playing a barbarian, good old Randall, the very angry anti-Lego man. Anti-Lego agenda is the only agenda, honestly. He is still wearing clothes for some reason, and today he's got like a cool mohawk going on, like shaved on the sides. Ready to go beat up some birds to steal their babies.
Very good. All right. And last but not least, we have Garrett.
Hello. I'm returning back to the Mist with Solomon Tebow, the diviner, and ready for our Easter egg hunt.
All right. Well, excellent. As has been hinted at here by our players, they are going to go out into the mists in search of some eggs. It seems the Whitewater Merchant Company has a trainer of exotic beasts coming to Rhymeview, and they would like to fill the stables with some exotic mounts. The only problem is there's no such amounts that exist here in the stables. So, as the pride of the Shrouded Coast, Rhymeview has gotten more and more renown on the other side. You are now able to help out the city and unlock some cool stuff. So there is a posting on the job board inside the Cloak and Stagger that says that they will pay for the retrieval of giant salamander eggs as well as hippogriff eggs. Who amongst you put this band together, and how did you all meet?
Well, originally I saw the job posting, so it sounded like something that was some easy money. As a wizard, I'm slowly starting to learn that money is a precious commodity. And of course, I invited the king of the arena himself as some muscle, and Hop and Grond, or actually Jonas and Grond were overhearing the job, and they decided to come along. And I figured have some more magic, and Grond's so experienced in the myths or in the mists, so I mean, he'd definitely be a good guide.
All right. Well, the four of you gather inside the Cloak and Stagger, having met. Are there any preparations that you would like to undergo here in Rhymeview before heading out on your journey?
Yeah, I think we have.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I said go ahead too. I think you said it. Yeah, I think we because we have absolutely no idea where to go and where to find these eggs.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely need to ask around. So we were thinking. I mean, first of all, obviously, we will ask the whitewater merchants, since we hope at least they have an idea where we could find these eggs. But if not, or in any case, we'd also go to the Arcanium Council to find some books maybe about the whereabouts of these creatures in the mist, and also like ways to, if we fight them, ways to use their uh, components of their carcasses maybe.
All
Yeah.
right. A little butchery going on. So you are going to ask around the Whitewater Merchants Guild. How do you go about asking around?
Um, yeah, we can just go to Orc Davenport and ask them, I guess.
All right. You decide to bypass the Whitewater Merchant Guild in its entirety and head straight to Oric Davenport, the ex-admiral who oversees the entirety of Rhymeview's merchant commodities from his office atop the docks. You see him overlooking the docks as per his usual over his like managerial window, taking note of the hard work going on beneath them. As you enter, he turns over his shoulder, gleaming tusks, like glittering in the sunlight of the early kind of morning, as he straightens his admiral get up. He says, "What can I do for the four of you today?"
Uh, Grond will bow slightly and say, "Greetings, Admiral. We come because we've seen the Whitewater Merchants Guild offering a reward for eggs of certain animals."
And you thought you would just steal my time and come talk to me about them. Okay. What do you need from me?
Well, to be honest, I am not aware of any other representatives of the Merchants Guild.
He
Uh,
waves his hand at the entirety of the dock behind him. He says, "All who practice the mercantile trades here must register with Whitewater. It is a requirement to do business."
okay. Could you point us towards those that are knowledgeable of this quest?
He shrugs his shoulders. He says, yes, I suppose. You're going to be looking for the new beast tamers. They've arrived in town just a few weeks hence. They heard of the mighty creatures out here in Rhymeview and thought they might make a name for themselves. And they should be staying at one of the local taverns.
Ah, very good. Yes. Well, thank you. We won't steal any more of your time and take our leave.
Hmm.
Your hat looks great today.
Yeah. Oh,
Oric
then.
says, "Damn straight it does."
Then we take our leave briskly, and so as not to steal more of his time, and go to the tavern that was mentioned and seek out
Sure.
these tamers.
You seek out a couple of local taverns before you find the newly arrived beast tamers. They both seem fairly weary from their travels and sit aside the fireplace in a nearby inn. We won't need to name it. You're here. You figured it out. The two beast tamers are both very oddly dressed in like full thick leather hides of strange creatures that you don't place right away, as well as these kind of like log brimmed hats they've set next to them near the fire as they drink their like mulled wines. They tell stories of the beasts back home that they have trained and their desire to make a name for themselves to the kind of wait staff and simple common patrons of the bar. They seem to be the new thing in town and have been swapping stories amongst themselves. They seem to be apprentices of beast trainers back in the Imperium and are hoping to create a name for themselves, stepping out here in the Shrouded Coast and Rhymeview, and make their own kind of beast taming merchants stand.
All right, I think we approach them and introduce ourselves as the adventurers that are ready and willing to find their eggs.
They
Um,
slap their
as
hands
weird as
together as
that
you introduce
sounds.
yourselves. Say, Grond! It's a pleasure to find adventurers ready to take on the quest. We've been sitting here twiddling our thumbs for too long. We thought that there would be just creatures abound here upon the coast, but apparently we have to go capture them. What can we do for you?
Well, yes, it's there are creatures, but they like to hide very well. So yeah, we'll have to find them first, and their nests especially.
Very good.
Well, it occurred to me since you are new to the mist, you probably don't know where these nests might be specifically here. But maybe you can give us general information about the creatures that you are that we are
Why, of
hunting.
course. What do you need to know, general information-wise? Hippogriffs or giant salamanders?
Yes. Do you know maybe in generally where they make their nests? And also,
Of course.
if we do find their eggs, are there certain things we should consider when transporting them?
It should be relatively simple. Bring them here in one piece. Don't make a scramble out of them. I've heard they're delicious, though. We should really get into that at some point. Anyway, no, nothing overly concerning about their eggs. Let's see. We'll start with hippogriffs, since you don't seem to have a preference. They are bird-like creatures that make their homes in the hills and cliffsides, usually in mountainous regions. They possess like wings and forelimbs of an eagle and the hindquarters of a horse. They're very interesting little things. They are often just a few miles from their nest. It is rare to see more than one or two of them together unless they are being hunted or tracked by something. So should be relatively simple to go in and steal a couple of eggs. We can always raise them in captivity very simply once we have a few to get started with.
Yeah, that sounds promising. I have a few ideas of mountains and cliffs where they could be.
Wonderful.
What about the giant salamanders?
Swamps. You'll be looking for swamps. Low, nasty swamps. I don't really know which ones around here would be the perfect ones, but the grosser the better. They like to lay their eggs in the muck along with the eggs of other creatures, too. Very exciting, the giant salamanders. Very good at hiding.
Oh, so
Mm.
you're saying they hide their eggs among other
Yes,
like
they
the
don't make their
birds?
own nests, but they live in swamps and they like to use the nests of others.
Oh, just as a location. So they chase out whoever made their nest
Oh,
first.
no. They just set their eggs alongside the others, usually. More sneaky, less fighting types.
Sounds like a bird to me.
It's a lizard, actually. The bird is quite fearsome, a hunter.
Oh God. Yeah, I know a couple swamps around here, and I know a few mountains, so I think that should be good. Is there like a limit to how many eggs you want?
As many as you can find, I suppose. The more the merrier. He looks around and fumbles with his coin purse for a moment and says, well, I suppose there might be a limit to how many I could pay for at the moment. But I'm sure we could come to some kind of arrangement in the future, should you overwork my pocketbooks.
Excellent. Does anybody need to ask any other questions?
No,
No.
I
No, I
mean
think so.
maybe just one thing. If about these eggs in other nests, it's like cuckoo birds where they place them in another creature's nest and then hope that the other
I don't
creature
know what a
raises.
cuckoo bird is, but that sounds precisely it.
Interesting. And like, do they have a preference for certain creatures that like do that?
Things in the swamp that make burrows and nests. Yes, in fact, burrows particularly. I guess they often find their eggs are well suited for those of the creatures that tend to burrow into the ground, so to speak.
Oh, that's good to know. Well, yeah, thank you. We'll do some more research about where exactly we can find them. But yeah, well, hopefully in a few days or maybe over a week, we'll bring you some eggs.
Wonderful news! Yes, we can get started. I love it.
Excellent. So we just need to go to the tower now, right?
Yeah, I
Sorry, the
think so.
Arcadium Council.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure thing. The four of you make your way outside of the merchant district into the residential area of Rhymeview, where here you will find a large tower that rises up over the top of the kind of residential district. It is known as the Arcanium Council's build or guild hall, and inside you will find the library, per usual, along with its receptionist, Nyx Rose, fiddling around with her tarot cards. She smiles and greets you all as you walk in. Hello, and welcome to the Arcanium Council. What can we do for you?
Yes, hello. Next, we need to visit the library urgently. We need books about hippogriffs and giant salamanders,
Ooh.
especially those in the mist.
Urgent book readings. I love it. Okay. Well, let us find you a spot. As she ushers you over to a little alcove in the library suited for four, and begins to collect books for you. And she comes back wheeling one of those library carts that has a nice selection of tomes for you to peruse.
Nice.
All right. Yeah. Well, looking through them, are there books about hippogriffs and salamanders? Giant
Sure, there
salamanders?
absolutely are. Go ahead and while you're sitting here researching, roll me 1d20 plus your Arcanium reputation modifier, Grand.
Okay. I have 75.
All right, go ahead and
So
roll me 1d20 plus 7.
yeah. Oh boy.
Oh, that is unfortunate. It seems that despite there being a lot of books on these subjects, there is not much in the way of useful information for you. A lot of children's books, a lot of biology perhaps, but not as much as the uh, useful biology that you might help, butcher the animal. More of like classical taxonomy and the classification of these creatures. With that, the books are going to only offer you one question that you can ask me about your salamanders and hippogriffs.
Hmm. Yeah, one in total, right? Not
Correct.
per. Yeah.
Uh,
Well, what do you guys think I should ask?
Oh, it's up to you, man.
it
Whatever you
sounds
want to
like
ask.
it sounds like to me the salamanders are gonna be hard to find their nests specifically because they hide their eggs in other creatures. So if we have to pick one, probably the hippogriffs. We have a question
Well,
about
I know
one of the
we
two.
all know a big swamp that has seen a lot of activity recently in the mist. And honestly,
But
if we're looking for mountains with cliff sides, I think the mountain near the Dragonfire mine, like this whole mountainous area, is probably the place to go.
Well, I mean, the question would be, um, are there hippogriffs in the mountains behind the Dragonfire mine, like in that area, really? Because if there's a big no on that, then it's probably going to be like BFM Isle, which is a great island, by the way.
Okay, well, I'll ask that then. Yeah, are the hippogriffs around the mountains around a Dragonfire mine, or
You
yeah?
learn that the Dragonfire Mines mountains are home to larger predators that tend to keep hippogriffs out. There is not a large population of hippogriffs in the mountains around Dragonfire Mine.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's also a good information. So I think our plan should be to, like, as I said, there's only one big swamp in here, at least that we know of. So maybe we take a boat, stop at BFM Isle, see if there's hippogriffs there, and then I mean, it's on the way to the swamp anyway, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
what do you guys think?
We can do that. You know, I might have a friend. I know a guy. I know an island or two, and sometimes he helps me out. But
Yeah, that
it's
sounds
been a
perfect.
it's been a while since my homies helped me out.
All right. Do you head to Dave the Island to try to hitch a ride?
Yeah, of course. I'll go see
Jonas
what's
would
up
love
with
that.
Dave.
Okay, well, the four of you sounds like you're leaving the Arcanium Council then. Are there any other preparations that you'd like to take, or are we heading to Dave and trying to make our way through the travel phase?
I'll take a book on like miscellaneous burrowing swamp creatures.
Okay, you may check out one book about burrowing creatures. If you have time to access the book and study it, you may gain advantage on one history intelligence check or other similar check related to burrowing animals.
Excellent, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm assuming I don't have enough rep to take out a book.
You
I don't have any
don't
rep
on
for
your
them.
own. However, we have been a little loosey-goosey with borrowing reputation. I'm sure you could lean on Gron's sterling reputation with the Arcane Council.
On his one natural run roll.
To check out a book that you see fit.
Okay. I guess I'll take a look for a book on the nesting habits of the hippogriffs then.
Okay. That sounds fantastic. You're going to try to check out a book on hippogriffs' nesting habits. You may check that out. You may gain advantage on one history intelligence check or a similar check related to hippogriff nests on your adventure.
And that's all I
Right.
wanted to do in town.
Okay.
I think then we go to Dave the Island.
Gonna
I
check
finally get to
out.
meet him.
Yeah, so Dave the Island. What is Dave the Island doing? Dave the Island, when we last saw him, was hanging out with all the sailors of Rhymeview and playing beach volleyball with them, using coconuts, and just generally having a grand old time. It seems that the party, though, has died down around Dave the Island. He's just kind of floating some, a few hundred feet away from the like Rhymeview shore as he is not, I wouldn't say morosely observing the Rhymeview sailors, but as you approach and start calling out for Dave, Sean, the island will perk up. The trees ruffle in a non-existent breeze, and it begins to slide its way forward towards the party. As you arrive and at the end of a dock pier, the island slides up to you. The sand kind of is shifted by the currents of the ocean being displaced, and in its place it says, "What's up, fam?"
Yeah, Randall will run out onto the island and hug a tree and be like, "I missed you, man. I missed you so much, buddy. I am so sorry. I keep having all these missions that make me go up north."
The island is very pleased to see you, Randall. It reciprocates your attempted hug by dropping a coconut on your head.
Ah, fuck. Thanks, bud. Oh shit, I've got a concussion. So Dave, it doesn't look like you're having a party this time with anyone. Do you want to go on a trip with us?
Dave, the island considers it for a moment, and you have been rolling nuts behind the screen. Dave, the island says, "Oh yeah, I gotta get out of here."
Elliot, don't worry, we'll come back in a week or so. I promise.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah, and then before we go, I'm gonna run and buy some better beach chairs and a picnic table for Dave. Just I'm just gonna like take off like 25 gold off my sheet, and we can just hand wave that
Absolutely.
if that's okay.
You can make better beach chairs. I'll take note of this. Actually, Dave the Island has improved beach chairs.
Hell yeah.
As part of its useful here. So Dave the Island will accept the four of you on this journey free of any cost because the dice said so. The party is going to have endless supply of water from the well in the middle of Dave's island. And if you want, you could try to subsist on his many coconuts. But you might want to bring your own rations as well. So, let us go over to ye old travel phase. I have two questions for you. First is, where are you going with Dave the Island? And second is, what travel roles are you going to have?
Well, I think our plan is to first head towards BFM Isle, and from there to the swamp. So basically, we're going due southeast.
Okay, all right. Going due southeast, straight to BFM Isle. I like it. That will be our location. It looks to me like that is going to be roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 hexes by my calc there. Does that seem right to you?
Yeah, and then possibly more, like 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 to the swamp. Yeah. So up to
Okay, so
21.
stopping there and then another 21 to the swamp near Thornrest.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. So 17 to 21 hexes. Dave the Island is going to move at. It's been so long, I don't even remember Dave the Island's pace.
The last time, if I'm remembering correctly,
I think it was
probably not,
same.
but I thought it was the same speed as a boat.
Let me find out. Dave the Island will sail at 6 hexes per day, which is the same as sailing. Excellent. So to get all the way to BFM Island and then beyond it, it's going to be around a 3 to 4 day travel time. Just short of 3 days, should nothing go wrong, to BFM Island, and then a little bit more past that into the next day. So, as we've got that kind of sorted out, what are the roles that each of you will be taking on this travel phase?
Grond will be the
This is the
lookout.
pack rat.
You guys
Okay.
talked at the same time.
It sounded to me
Sorry.
like Jonas will be our provisioner. What were you saying, Grond?
I will be the lookout.
Grond will be our lookout. Oh, wonderful. Solomon, what are you doing?
I think we were talking about it and we agreed to do the scout.
Solomon will be our scout, which leaves guiding to Arandal, yes?
Yeah.
All right. I like it. So let's start our travel phase here with Jonas. Jonas, you are our provisioner. You have many ways to provision for the party. It sounds to me like you have already chosen your pack rat, which will allow you to buy some travel rations to, as we say, pack rat on the journey. I won't worry about the weight of them, as you can keep them on this large, generous island that has been sent your way. But we will talk about the cost of the travel rations. You will need 1 travel ration for each party member that you are taking on this journey, and they will cost 1 gold piece each. So for 4 people, it would be 4 gold pieces per day. How many days of travel rations would you like to purchase?
Well, we said 21 hexes. And we can travel 6. That's like 4 there, 4 back.
Something like
So do
that.
we want to do 8 or do we want to do more than that?
Yeah, maybe a bit more in case something goes wrong. So maybe
Yeah, in case we go.
9 or 10.
Yeah, in case we're slow.
Hmm.
So I think worst case scenario would be slowed down like 1 per day or something like that. So like maybe 4 extra days.
Well, I think
4
10
extra
10 days
days.
total should be fine.
Is it 10 days?
Yeah, I'd go 10 days.
That works for me.
All
You can
right.
always sustain off coconuts on the way back.
So 10
Yeah, exactly.
days of rations are going to be roughly 40 gold for you. And when I say roughly, I mean exactly 40 gold
Yeah,
for
no one's
you
bringing
and
a
the
mule or anything,
party.
right?
No, no. I can pay half of that if you want.
Do appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. Dipping into Randall's Endless Funds, you find your way through the Whitewater Merchants Guild, finding the best of dried fruits and meats and tacked bread to enjoy with your coconuts on Dave's Island. Excellent. With that, you are ready to depart. The four of you find your way onto Dave's Island, and it begins to slip into the wonderful waters of the Shrouded Coast. The first bit of the day goes by fairly uneventfully as it slides between the other islands near Three Sisters Isle and begins to make its way out into the open waters proper. As it does so, you finally find yourself surrounded on all sides by nothing but bay water. You hear the lap of the coastal or the lap of the waters up against Dave's shores, and the breeze generated by your movement through the waters, through the coconut trees on the isle. As you are sailing your way through the bay, let us stop at our next travel goal. Let's see here. I always forget my order, so I have to go look it up each time. We will start with the scout. That brings us to Solomon. You are tasked with making sure that your party doesn't get lost or otherwise sidetrack, stuck, broken down on the journey. You're sailing on this island. Please describe your efforts to keep the party on track and keep the island from becoming stuck or otherwise broken down.
Sure. I'm going to kind of watch the waves, and I know that we're not terribly far away from land, but I'm kind of keep the land and ahead to the left and to kind of heading to the left, and use that to kind of gauge our course along with like the water, the movement of the water.
Okay. So you are going to keep track of where you are and then be like, hey, buddy, a little to the left should Dave need it. I like it. I'm going to have you go ahead and give me. This sounds to me kind of like survival wisdom. With your knowledge of nature and kind of tracking the area around you. Go ahead and give me a survival nature check. Your base DC is going to be 12. And you are going to have advantage for Dave the Island.
Okay. I'm actually going to use my portent 13 for a total of 14. I don't trust me with the travel roll, so I'm just going to make a total of 14.
Excellent! You foresaw your needs of the island's traveling. Very good. Having seen this in a dream, what is it that you foresee that requires your intervention for Dave the Island to stay on track?
I saw that we were actually, Randall was kind of talking with him a little bit, and they got a little bit, he got distracted and started moving almost towards Timbervale, and veering off to the north. And so I was like, well, let's more towards the right, and kept him focused despite the party that's most likely going on the island.
All right. All right. You redirect him, being like, hey, I saw this in a dream. You're going towards Timbervale. And Dave the Island checks his course and goes, right. And you continue on, making good time and not becoming lost or otherwise sidetracked. Go ahead and take inspiration for your successful scouting for Dave the Island. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dave the Island's first day goes by fairly uneventfully. You don't see any of the strange monsters that you might have heard of out here on the open seas, or the pirates, or any other strange observances. Night comes and goes, and you continue on into your next day as the island kind of makes its way past the middle of the waters. You probably all hold your breaths for a moment as the island passes by, which you know to be waters that the Kraken itself churns through. However, you are fortunate on this day as it is a blisteringly sunny day. The waters are still by the normal standards of the Shrouded Coast, and there is not to be found on your second day's journey. As the island makes its way through towards the BFM Isle on the last bit of its journey, why don't we take a listen to Randall? As all of this journeying has been going on, it is your responsibility as the guide to make sure that you stave off the labors of the journey for you and your party members, making sure they are not overcome by them. Please describe to me how you stave off these problems for the party.
Oh, Randall starts by like making lean-tos. He's like, everybody needs a little place to nap. I don't think we brought tents this time. And then he's gonna make like those really stupid big like palm fans, so he could like fan people as they're like relaxing on the new chairs. And then like he's like, oh, do you need water? Oh, does anybody need water? Do you need refreshments? He's just gonna be running around helping people the whole
All
time.
right, I like it. I like it. You're making lean-tos. You're offering refreshments. You're making sure people stay hydrated in the sun. It can be a problem. That sounds to me like survival as well. Just a very different kind than we saw from our previous scout. Go ahead and roll me survival wisdom at advantage.
I can definitely do that. 24.
A 24, no problem. Your lean-tos are a hit. They make a nice shade, especially that second day of travel when the sun was blisteringly hot and the winds still. You keep the refreshments going, and none of your party members will be overcome by exhaustion or the labors of this journey. As
Randall's the island mom.
Yep.
As the island approaches the large isle known as BFM Isle to the south of the Siren Isles, and you begin to disembark late into the late into the day, the sun setting behind the Dave the Island behind you. It is very important that we see the lookout, Grand. It has been your responsibility to make sure that nothing untoward happens upon the party without being spotted first. Please describe to me your efforts to spot dangers on your journey.
Yeah, I think Grand will just very classically just be very perceptive, looking around, trying to hear stuff, to see things. Maybe also periodically checking in through the eyes and senses of this very keen owl flying above.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Go ahead and give me a perception wisdom check as you keep your eyes and ears open through your own and Owl's familiar's eyes. Your base DC is 12, and you will have advantage from your sailing with Dave the Island.
Oh wait, where's that?
That is a
I
very
have
strong
guidance
roll,
on it.
regardless of there being guidance or not. You are successful in keeping a sharp eye upon the party and making sure that you will not be surprised on your journey. Go ahead and mark inspiration for your successful looking out. I also want you to roll me a d6. That is a 6. On the journey itself through the waters, you don't spot anything of note. But late into the day here, as you are arriving at your destination in BFM Isle, your owl is doing some scouting. You're making sure that there is nothing waiting for you on the immediate landing point of the island that is going to hurt you. And you're familiar and yourself hear an interesting sound. It is the crackling of magic and the uttering of rituals somewhere in the nearby kind of island waters. As you open your eyes through your owl, you find yourself looking down upon a interesting scene. The owl spots a old hut of some kind with a green-like magic spilling out from the hut and an arcane sigil upon the ground. Nearby, a caster of some kind reads from a book and seems to be calling forth energies in the arcane. As you see this through your owl's eyes, what do you do?
Well, this is immediately perks Ron's interest. I mean, one of the main reasons he's in the coast is to learn and find new arcana, and so yeah, he's immediately interested and will immediately notify his group and Dave as well. To yeah, that there is some arcana afoot and that we should definitely investigate.
Definitely investigate. All right. What does the rest of the party do as you hear this news?
Can I get a vibe check? Like, what's the vibe check with this spell, Grond? Is it like, yeah, this is a cool spell, or is it like a holy shit, something bad's about to happen kind of vibe? What are you feeling?
I think both,
Oh, okay, pretty
which
bad. Okay.
means it's very interesting to Grant. Yeah.
All right, let's go beat somebody up for no reason at all.
But we
All
don't need
right.
to beat him up right away.
You make your way as fast as you can towards this area of the island. The spell continuing in the meantime. As you begin to get closer to the island, those amongst you who are practiced in the arcane arts can tell something is going wrong. The sounds of the spell just do not seem to be matching up with the what you should expect to hear. You see struggling, you hear the like crackling of magic as you draw ever closer towards it. Eventually, the party will find themselves a few feet away from the island, from the hut that they are going towards. And as you are approaching the last few distances, you see something go very wrong. There's an arc of energy from the sigil upon the ground that strikes the sorcerer or wizard or whoever this is, and you see them erupt into flame and die. And as they die, that like blood trickling into the glyph seems to almost open it like a portal into another realm, and stepping through it is a vicious creature made of bone and limb and talon, a massive stinger rising above it, and it looks hungrily towards you and the party. What do you all do?
Well, Grand is
Uh,
immediately attentive because he has been doing research for his potion that he's working on, and yeah, in the library he looked up certain creatures that he needs as a catalyst, and this is immediately he saw pictures of creatures, a devil, bone devil in this case. So he's immediately we need to we need to kill this creature. I need to harvest it urgently.
Yeah. Randall activates his boots of flying and says, like, I don't know if you guys want to get close. That thing looks pretty nasty.
All
Yeah,
right.
and then Grond will also cast a spell. He will cast Blink on himself.
All right. Before you have a chance to activate your boots or cast your spell, let us roll into initiative, as it sounds like we are going to be going into some combat.
Am I gonna be I'm bottom right corner?
Yes, you haven't given me a token yet, so you have been blessed with this beautiful swordsman over here to the.
I'm trying to on it and roll the initiative. How do I do this?
Alrighty. With
I'm
that,
just gonna
what do we have? I've got
roll
my
initiative.
monster, Randall, and Solomon in here.
Sorry, I don't know how to do it. Sorry.
All right,
Go
we'll
back.
add you proper in here, Jonas.
When you open your character sheet in the middle, there's an initiative button for you. And then to make it pop up on like the turn order, you just have to select your token beforehand.
Remind me the next time you come over for beers, I'll just like give you a crash course on Roll20.
Get it.
All right. Grand, I think I'm just missing you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot to click my.
Oh, okay, no worries. I will add you into the initiative. Oh, what did you roll?
An 8.
An 8. Perfect. That will be an 8. In descending order, the Bone Devil is going to rush forward towards you. As you steel yourselves, realize that you are going to fight. It is going to act before you do. The creature itself is going to lift itself up on like these very thin wings that slide out of its bony back. They don't even look like they should be able to hold the creature up, but it flies towards you 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 feet. And as it arrives near you all, the creature is going to not do anything because it cannot reach you. And it's going to feel bad about itself. And then it's going to keep flying forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet. And it is going to get in the face of Randall and Jonas. Its bones and like protruding claws ready to strike. Grand, you were preparing yourself to fight this thing. What do you do?
Yeah, I was gonna cast Blink, but I think I will change my tune.
Okay.
I will just cast. Yeah, I think I will just use my my wand of magic missiles and fire some magic missiles into him.
Okay, wonderful. Your wand explodes forth, striking this thing for 812 total damage, reducing its life force ever so slightly. It cocks its head to look towards you who would dare strike it, and it unleashes a growl from its throat.
Yeah, and then I move away. Grond's classic tactical.
The classic. Oh, the turn order's covering you guys up. Here we go.
There.
The classic Grand has moved off of my map. There we are. I think we found him. It's harder to see.
Yeah, I'm just a bit to the south.
There we
He's
are.
down there.
Yes, perfect. Okay, Randall, you are staring face to face with this horrific creature of bone and spine. What will you do?
Yeah, could I have taken my reaction whenever it got into range first?
What is your reaction?
I'm a polearm master, and if a creature comes within
Yes,
range of me, I get an
indeed. You
attack.
may take your reaction.
Excellent. This should just be normal roll. It is not a hit.
No, that is not a
Just gonna-
hit.
It's one of those days, I think. Randall will walk around to the creature. He will use his bonus action to go into a rage, and then he will begin attacking it.
All right.
I'm going to recklessly attack, so these attacks are at advantage.
Please do.
20.
20 will hit.
All right, that is 28. No, sorry. 30 lightning damage. I forgot to click rage, sorry.
Ah, no worries. You bring your great bronze claw down upon the back of this creature. It cracks forth a thunderous magic, and it is going to deal some damage. Excellent.
And then I will do one more attack unless something else happens.
Nope. You feel free. You bring your pole arm down one more time upon it.
Oh, it's a crit.
Critically striking it. It looks like you like battered its wing in on one side and like opened it up a little bit, and your second strike just crashes right into this weak spot. Roll me some damage.
That's some good damage.
That is some good damage. That is 26, 32, 33, 37 points of damage. My. That will do it for sure.
And then he's going to say, hey, remember, you weren't angry at me. That guy shot magic missiles at you. And I'll end my turn.
That will bring him down here. That is going to make him very angry as he like spins in place, his like full body being like raised up to look at you. And as this happens, Solomon, it comes to you. What do you do?
Okay, well, I am face to face with this guy, and I don't like that at all. So, I'm gonna grab a stone from my bag and place it on my chest, and I'm gonna cast Fly on myself.
All right.
Then I'm gonna go GTFO. We're gonna go. We're gonna go over here. A weird way to do it, but
All right. You fly past the creature. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check as you rush by him with your magic to make sure you go out of his range.
okay.
Perfect. You are successful. You fly past his reaching claws, having just like gotten enough of your flight spell.
Can I see what this sigil is, or is that too much for my turn?
As you look at the sigil, it looks broken in some way. There seems to be some kind of summoning element to it, perhaps some kind of conjuration magic, but it seems to be have been created improperly.
Okay. And point of clarification, is this a hut, or what is this here?
This is a hut. From the top of it, you can see some kind of a magical, deathly aura emanating from it instead of smoke.
All right, that'll end my turn.
Yes, very good. Jonas, you're the last to react as this creature is like reaching up, trying to catch your flying wizard companion. What do you do? Dan, you are muted, my friend.
So I'm gonna it's right in front of me, so I'm gonna attack with my battle axe.
All right. You swing out with your battle axe, but its thick, bony hide is just too strong for you. Your axe clatters against it uselessly.
And with my bonus action, I am going to give inspiration to who else is nearby? Is that Randall's token that's close to it?
That is Randall next to him, yes.
Right, then I'll give Randall inspiration.
All right. What do you do to grant him his inspiration? Give him an attaboy, or?
I gotta come up with something.
Fair
all
enough.
these.
We'll come back to you. Very good. With that, You inspire Randall with your bardic performance, and the Bone Devil will take its turn. It lashes out viciously after it raises itself to full height, both of its claws reaching straight for your throat, Randall. The first will be an 18. Will that strike you?
That will just hit my AC.
Excellent. Randall, please take from me.
Sorry. Can I use my reaction? I don't know if I'm close enough. Can I use my reaction to use my protection Battlemaster feat, which imposes disadvantage if I don't
Read to me the Battlemaster feat, because I think you have to be next to your ally.
Yeah.
If you click the speech bubble on your character sheet, it should pop up for us.
I haven't set it all up yet, so.
Oh.
Let me see here. What is it called? The protection fighting style? Or?
Yeah, it's the one no one takes. So it's when a creature you can see attack the target other than you that is within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack.
Yeah,
roll.
so the target of the attack, I think,
I wasn't sure if
needs to be within 5 feet of you for this one.
So the target needs to be within 5 feet, not the attacker.
Correct.
That makes sense.
All
Let
right.
me deduct the damage.
Its second claw will come down, reaching for you as well. With a 22, it also rends into your flesh. Take an additional 10 slashing damage.
All right, Greg, I hate myself for this, but do you want to crit fish? Holy cow!
Yes.
Because he does have advantage.
Yes, I do. He doesn't crit you.
Then
with it.
just so I know, you're flying in the air, right?
No, not. I didn't. He ran at me, so I didn't activate my. I didn't have time for it.
Okay, you're not.
All right, with that, the creature's stinger rips out from behind it in a blur and comes slashing towards your neck as well. He attempts to end you in a single strike. His stinger digs deep right where his claws had been rending a moment before. Please take from me 35 damage. You can see it split 14 and 21. And also make me a DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Let me do. That should be 17 damage, and then a con save. Okay, all right. I fail these every time. I only have +7. Oh, barely.
That is a success. You feel the poison racing through your body, but your rage empowers you. You push the poison out of your very veins through sheer Arnold noises. With that, the creature, is going to end its turn by placing its claws in the ground, and it begins to speak in an infernal tongue that rattles and hums through its body. It seems to be preparing something. Grond, as you see it beginning to prepare some kind of magic or incantation in front of you, what do you do?
First, he's really interested because he sees the poison he read about in action. And then, he also read that devils usually are able to summon others of their kind that are lower than them in the rankings. But he doesn't really have a way, I mean, unless it requires concentration, but not. With renewed urgency, he will not just cast a level 1 magic missile at him, but level 5, which means that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 missiles. Yeah, I think it's 7 missiles, right?
That sounds right to me. Two, 7, 11, 14, 16, 20, 24. 24 points of damage. Your wand flashes. Missiles begin to spray out like a Gatling gun across the creature's hide. It is struck over and over. At the end of your barrage, you can see that the creature has indeed become bloodied.
Yeah, and then he will reposition himself some more.
Alright, Grond tactically repositions off of our battle map. That is alright. With the end of the turn, Grandel, it comes to you, beaten and like poisoned. What do you do?
I didn't hear no bell as I start attacking it recklessly still, because I never learned my lesson the first time.
Okay.
First attack at advantage. 22.
22 will hit.
All right. 29 damage.
For 29 more damage. Your strike is strong. The creature is weakening in front of you.
All right. Let me hit it. Let me try to hit it one more time. I want to use the inspiration for that.
You're going to use inspiration.
Yeah, for the
Do you
attack
mean
roll.
the bardic inspiration?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Yes.
the bardic inspiration.
Yes.
All right, so 21.
21 will hit.
All right, for 28.
For 28 more points of damage, you have brought the creature to death's door. As you do, you see the creature begin to ripple and break as pieces of its body just go flying off of it in a cloud. I need Randall and Jonas and not our good friend Solomon to make me dexterity saving throws against a cloud of bone-like shards.
And I have advantage on this because I have
Danger
danger
sense.
sense and I can see it. Yeah.
Perfect. Yes. That is a 22. That is a success for you. Jonas, unfortunately, that is a failure. Randall, you will take for me half of this damage. Jonas, you are going to take the full bout. That is 19 damage to you, piercing. And Jonas, you have the poisoned condition for the next minute. You will be allowed to save at the end of every round to negate the poison.
And then I will take my last action as a bonus action. I
Okay.
will slap at it with the butt, the almighty butt.
The almighty butt.
Save us, almighty butt. 24.
24 will hit.
All right. 22 damage with the butt.
23 damage. Your final strike
23.
slays the creature. It falls while still uttering its guttural hymn, and it dies. Silence.
Yeah, Grond will rush towards the creature, pull out the dagger and vials from his bag of holding, and will immediately cut out the heart of the creature, and also collect what passes for devilish bone blood from its insides.
All right. Go ahead and give me an Arcana intelligence check as you harvest this creature's heart and blood.
Randall says, "Ooh, that's gross," and walks away.
Can I get assistance or from my fellow wizard?
Solomon, what are you doing at the immediate end of the battle? I think you might be muted, sir.
You're right, I am.
Awesome.
I'm checking out the sigil to see if like anything else is gonna fall out of it, or like if I can close it or complete it, or basically prevent any bad juju from coming out of it.
All right, absolutely. Grand, it looks to me like you might be on your own for this check. Oh, it looks like you rolled it. Is that a 19 for the check?
Yep.
All right, perfect. You successfully harvest the heart of the creature and add it to your collection of strange poisons and potions and whatnot, as well as some of the essentially the marrow of the bones of this creature that acts like it's lifeblood. For the purposes of your collection, it will be the blood of this creature.
Excellent. Yeah, Grond is already very, very happy about their travel. This is more than he had anticipated.
Very good. All right. With that, we will turn to Solomon. Solomon, you are observing the sigil. You look at it upon the ground. It is definitely incomplete. It is definitely broken, and the blood seems to have transformed it in some way that is unpredictable. You think without challenging it, more things may find their way through it.
Okay. Um, is there a way I can dispel it?
Perhaps you can, yeah.
I don't have dispel magic.
Maybe just erasing it or breaking it completely. It's a physical thing, right? On the ground.
It is, yes. It seems to have been created there with some kind of like paint or like pigment on the ground. And it has reacted strangely to the like blood of the deceased caster.
I'm gonna pick up some dirt on the ground and throw it on the sigil, like
Mm.
enough to um
You're hoping to break the sigil so that it's
to
no
break the
longer
sigil,
operative.
and then maybe like some control water to kind of wash away the blood.
All right. Go ahead and give me an Arcana intelligence check as you do this.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna use my inspiration on that.
All right. That is a 17. That is a success. You cover the right parts of the spell, you wash it away. After you are done, there is not left of the strange sigil upon the ground, as it has been entirely wiped away by your casting. And the strange, like, kind of tension of the area's magic kind of fades away.
I think after.
Does
Yeah,
this
go
guy
ahead.
look super dead?
Oh, he is super dead. Yeah. The magic arc like blew up his chest, like just completely defeated him.
I'll go through his possessions and then I'm going to dig him a grave
Okay.
with my magical shovel.
Yes. You go through his possessions. He is holding an odd amount of coin. Go ahead and roll me 1d100 plus 75.
Nice.
You find 113 gold pieces in his possession, all of them in sequentially marked coins. And there seems to be a small leather tube that you find around their belt. Inside this tube, there is but a single rolled parchment with instructions, seemingly about how to arrive at this particular spot next to the hut. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word hut. Next to the hut, and it simply says, "Be done before evening falls."
Is it signed or
It is not signed. No.
because this caster was a tiefling, right?
They were indeed, as you can
Mm.
see. They are definitely of tiefling descent.
Uh,
Can I get
Are
like
they wearing some kind of insignia or yeah signs that maybe tell of who he belongs
No,
to?
their clothes are unmarked, and seem to be of clandestine nature.
could I get like a what time of day check is it right now?
Late
Like
evening, sun is setting behind you, back towards where Dave the Island was left. It is getting very close to the proverbial night.
yeah, this note on this poor dead guy says that we should not be here after evening, so you should get what you want to get right now, and we should get the hell out of here.
All right. Well, Grond is finishing up with the Bone Devil, but I think before he leaves, he would still look at this hut to see if there's anything remarkable about it? I mean, you said there was like smoke coming from it or something.
Yeah,
And
so as you examine the hut, you find that it is made of like a bamboo-like material. It is woven into this like rooftop, and from the center of the roof there is a small vent. You can see a green, almost deathly magical effect like spilling out of the top of this vent, very similar to like the way smoke would behave from a fire. As you approach the hut, you circle it, expecting to find an entrance inside, but instead find that as you circle all the way around and back to your party, that there is no door to the hut.
What do you guys think? Should we break it open and see what's inside? Or wait, Randall, you can fly. You could maybe fly up and peer through the opening on top.
Yeah, I could do that, but I feel like something bad's gonna happen as soon as I peek my head into this chute. I'll activate my boots
I'll
of
give
flying
him
and
more bardic inspiration before he goes up there. So you got this, buddy.
thanks, man. I needed someone to tell me that, and I'll like fly up onto the roof and be like, oh fuck, and I'll kind of like peer into this smoke slot.
All right, you peer into the smoke slot. As you do, the magical fumes like kind of surround your face. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Looks like it's probably a good time to use that. I'll use it. Yeah,
All right.
better safe than I don't know, a zombie or something. 23.
Got more uses.
23. You choke away. Like kind of wave away the smoke. As you do, you see like almost like a skull kind of slide through the smoke and like dissipate up. And as you look below, you see a fire burning beneath you, but the flames of which are green and teal, much like the effects of the magic kind of flowing up from them. Around the edges of this fire, as you peer through, there is like etchings in the ground, as almost like a perfect runic circle that have been inscribed around this fire. Along the walls of the building, you can see that there are like images, like almost like a painted mural around the walls, but from this little vent hole, you can see very little of what's inside.
Do the murals go around the entire thing, or would there be one spot where we could break through and without destroying the mural?
No, it seems the mural goes in a complete circle around the interior of the building.
Randall, see if you can just lift the entire roof off. Like it seems to be made of straw or something.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to like break a portion of the roof, like over here, just to see if I can break through it.
Okay. You kind of get to the very corner of the building, corner of a circular building, and you begin to pry at the roof, attempting to pull it open. As you do, give me a strength athletics check, please.
I will do this. And you know what? I'm going to use my inspiration for this. I feel like this is where I would fail otherwise.
All right.
20?
A 20. That is a success. You pry at this roof and you begin to pull off pieces of bamboo. They snap off in your hand. You're pulling this open, and from the interior of this like new hole in the roof, you now get a pretty good look at the first kind of part of this mural, and it seems to be a depiction, at least from where you're standing, of a sorcerer or spellcaster of some kind that is imprisoning a beast or creature. And as you are like finally lifting off a little bit more, peering inside of it, you hear a voice from inside the hut. And it says, "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell someone big and dumb. What are you doing to my hut?"
Sorry, I couldn't find the door, and the guy out here almost blew it up with a spell because he's bad at magic.
I don't like doors! It lets people think they can come in!
Oh, well, sorry. I mean, I'll put the roof back on. But this guy summoned some kind of weird monster from. It was made out of bone and it almost killed me, and we just wanted to make sure that there wasn't something like bad going on here, you know?
No, nothing bad! Nothing at all! Good thing you killed him! Here! And like, you see from this little hole in the wall, like a little tube, like it's shoved up through it and then like falls to the ground next to the party on the other side. Now put my roof back and be gone with you!
Excellent. Oh, here's like a note that guy had. Someone told him to come here and do this. So, like, I don't know if you know the handwriting, but there's no name on it. You know, you'll have to figure it out if you want to. I'm putting the roof back on. Have a good day, sir.
the note
Like-
gets like sucked into the hole like a little vacuum.
I put the roof back on. I hop down and like quietly, I'll be like, I think there's a really pissed off gnome in there. I don't know if you know about the gnomes in the mist, but you don't want to make them mad. Okay, we
Yeah,
should
we
just
don't
get
wanna
the hell
mess
out of
with
here.
Yeah, let's get out of here
All
before
right.
something worse happens.
Can I take a quick peek? Like, what is this tube he gave me?
It appears on a second look to be an ornate scroll case.
Ooh.
It is
okay.
gilded with silver and gold, and has a almost floral aesthetic to the like intertwining pieces of gold and silver, the ribbons of them across the scroll case.
Excellent.
All right. Yeah, I think we shouldn't disturb the Mr. Gnome, who's huffing weird smoke in there.
All right.
Mr. Fee's having a great day in there.
With that,
He's
then
hotboxing in there.
you leave your strange hut behind you, slightly richer and a little bit wounded for your troubles. As you walk away from this, it becomes full dark, and you are forced to rest for the remainder of the evening. Excuse me. You are forced to rest for the remainder of the evening before continuing your search the next day. The evening rest is uninterrupted, and you will make your long rest happen. All of you may spend any number of hit dice to regain HP going into the next day, as well as regain all spells and class features, according to the long rest rules in the player's handbook. At the end of that, you may recover 1/2 of your hit dice pool's total to be used in the next day.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Yeah, this is my recharge for the wand.
Mm-hmm. So, you have arrived at BFM Isle, just to the south of the Siren Isles. Here, there's a large mountain that stretches to the sky at the very center of it. And you also know that there are some small towns on the shallow rest side of the isle, opposite of where you would have come from, that are owned and not owned and operated, but are controlled, we'll say, by minor nobles of the shallow rest kingdom. Or queendom? The queendom. I like that. As the morning light kind of wakens you, you prepare for your coming day. Now that you're here on the Isle, what is your plan for searching out these hippogriff or giant salamander eggs?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it was more of a almost wild guess that there might be hippogriffs here. So I think the very first thing is we go to the townspeople and just ask if they know of hippogriffs on the that roost on the big mountain in the middle of the isle.
All right. You begin your day's travel by walking through the kind of coastal waters and lands of this kind of swampy isle until they become a bit more firm further in. You eventually will find some small villages and settlements that you could stop at before heading all the way around to the other side and finding the major city opposite of Shallow Rest. As you appear in these small villages, they seem to be largely fishing or farming villages. They do not have a lot of large trade. There are no inns for you to stay in. A lot of low, flat houses type of thing. There are a few like hunting parties that you see go in and out of them. As you approach one of these villages, how do you would just ask anyone you can find about hippogriffs? How do you go about finding potential
Yeah,
hippogriffs?
yeah. I think we would hail, especially the hunting parties. If we see them, we would hail them. I mean,
Mhm.
I think
ostensibly, these are
the
people that
easiest
know
way to the easiest way to find it is you go to like a farming community that has livestock of some kind. Because if there's a hippogriff in the area, they would definitely know because that's what they do, right? Hippogriffs go after livestock and horses and such.
Yeah,
Very
that's a
clever.
good point.
You find yourself a small farming community that holds some livestock. They have kind of the classic sheep and cows and pigs, and they have large pens of each of them. You can hear the squealing of the animals from away before you begin to smell them. And as you stop by, you will ask about hippogriffs. I would like either Grond or Randall, since it seems both of you are doing a lot of the major asking here, to give me a charisma, and we will say if you are proficient in persuasion, we'll give you your extra boost here. So charisma persuasion check with advantage, as I'm sure you are helping each other to canvas this area. And we'll see what you can find out about hippogriffs.
So Randall Grant is neither charismatic nor very persuasive. I don't know about you.
Don't worry, I've got this
All right.
all day. 13.
And it's a 13. That is going to leave you with two impressions. One, there are hippogriffs in this area. The farmers say, yes, yes, yes. Those eagle-like horses that steal our livestock. Yes, I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. Terrible beasts. Don't know where they are, though.
It has come from like
They
gesture.
fly in all,
Yeah.
and then they eat our prey. Nom, nom, nom.
Oh god, they sound like birds.
I know, they have eagle faces. Awful.
The worst. So that was the first thing. What was the second thing that they told me?
They will tell you that they are often visited by them. If you are looking to track them, they could leave a creature out, a couple of pigs, a couple of sheep, something to entice them. And it is likely over the next couple of days that a hippogriff or two might fly down to snack upon these creatures. If you promise to chase it off, they would be glad to you, and you could follow it back to where it may roost.
I think that's a good plan. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. It is decided then. The party will attempt to chase off a hippogriff as it is laid out in the evening. It is going to take some time. The farmers will tell you that the hippogriffs will usually only come at dusk, using the low light to come and prey upon any animals that they can find. They usually hunt in a solo mission. They very rarely find more than one or two of them. And they are looking forward to seeing you run them off. Hopefully, they'll be less likely to come back to this town again. So, you found these villages relatively early in the day. You have like a full day ahead of you to prepare for this evening's adventure. What do you do with your day?
You described this area as like kind of swampy. Does this look like nasty swamp territory, or is it kind of like I don't know what
It's
the
kind
difference
of a
between a nasty
coastal
swamp and
swamp. It is kind of a coastal swamp around the like edge of the island. It firms up the closer you get to the actual mountain for which the isle is named. And there are some small forests at the foot or the base of the mountain. But around the kind of coast where you came in, it is a coastal swamp for sure.
Okay.
Might as well ask if there's giant salamanders here too.
Yeah,
The
that might
farmers.
be a question more for like the hunting parties. And then I forgot Solomon or Grond, whichever. If you guys want to have like a wizard duel to the death over it, I have a scroll of haste that I literally can't use because if I rage, it'll immediately end and stun me for a turn. So if one of you guys would like to fight to the death for it, feel free to.
Wizard duel. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'd definitely be interested in learning it,
Or
but I guess
what we'll just do is we'll just add it to like the loot pile at the end of the session if you
Okay.
guys both want it.
yeah, that
Okay.
sounds good.
Yeah.
I can do that. Let me make note.
Especially since we got another scroll as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yours is a scroll of haste.
Yeah, normally I would keep like a scroll, but
Uh-huh.
concentration spells end whenever you rage as a barbarian.
That is true facts. All right. Absolutely.
Can we maybe sneak a peek at the scroll we found to see just what spell it is?
Absolutely, Grand. You pop open this gilded tube. You brace yourself for potential curses, but none come your way. And you slide out a small piece of parchment that unfurls into a very thin piece of vellum that is very almost fragile and written in a graceful and flowing hand. Is a set of arcane runes that seem old or like distant to you. You don't immediately recognize them. Go ahead and give me an Arcana Intelligence check to read them.
All right, Solomon, you want to give me assistance?
You don't want my portents, trust me, because I rolled a 1 and a 9. You don't want them.
You're trained in
Oh,
Arcana.
even like assist you? Yeah, I can assist you with the roll, sure. Like,
Yeah.
like with a help action, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we're basically both looking at the scroll.
Okay.
That is a 17. That is enough to successfully make out the spell here. This is a spell in two parts. The first part is a spell of Skywrite, followed immediately by a spell of Meteor Swarm. It would be impossible to cast one without the other, although you're not entirely sure why these two are bound in such a way.
I know why. I have a lot of reasons why. I at least thought
That's the target designator.
Clarifying question. Do they, if we were to learn this spell or this scroll,
This particular scroll is written in a different style of magic.
Okay. So
You would
learn it.
not
Okay.
be able to learn this
Okay.
conjunction of spells.
Yeah, I mean, aside from that Meteor Swarm being a level 9 spell, I don't think we could cast it anyway.
So, is there a town that anyone just particularly just does not like at the moment? Because, just asking for a friend.
Orbital
This meteor
strike
swarm
incoming.
scroll.
All right.
Think you guys like the towns or something.
Is there
Might
anything
be-
else that the party would like to do after reading up on the scroll here before your night hunt with the hippogriffs?
Yeah, Jonas would be telling stories all day to the town about how the party defeated this like bone. I have no idea what it was, but it was like this bone creature. And while he's doing that, he's using his inspiring leader feat to give the whole party temporary hit points.
Oh, very good. An inspiring tale of your own heroism. Remind me how many temporary hit points it is? Is it 5? I don't know why, but 5 is just in my brain, and I can't get it rid of it.
Literally just looked it up and then changed the page because I was just making sure that like how long it took. It is my level plus my charisma modifier.
Oh, level
so
plus
4
charisma.
plus 3, so 7 each.
7 each. Everyone, you feel inspired by this tale being woven of your own exploits, and you are hale and hearty. You feel yourself have 7 temporary hit points granted.
So it's going to be all 4 of us plus the owl.
Hot damn!
Plus, like I don't know, one child in the audience. I'm just gonna be like, some child,
You
just whoever like really excited. Just, you know,
I like it. I like it. There's one kid who's gonna dominate on the park like later. He's gonna hoop all over these kids. I dig it. Very cool. Well, with temporary hit points granted to you, and the rest of your day kind of being whittled away, it soon becomes evening, and the like pasture lands begin to be opened up for the animals to come back in, away from their grazing for the cows and in from the pens for the sheep. And a specific pen is opened up and just kind of herded in 2-3 animals each. And that is closed and left probably a few 100 feet away from the village proper, just in case something goes wrong. It's like the farthest one out from the actual town or village. And the farmers look to you and they're like, well, it's worth it if you can drive them away. Please know these are quite pricey. They're the old ones, and this one's sick, and it won't kill us to lose them, but we would prefer not to, you know? Anyway, we wish you good luck. And the farmers will just kind of all go into their own homes, setting about their own chores and household duties in the evening, and they leave the 4 of you alone with these animals. What do you do as the evening draws nearer and nearer?
Well, I think we're posted up very close to the animals and just waiting. Maybe readying a spell cast, a cantrip maybe to attack any.
All right, so you
hippogriff
just
that
stand
comes.
out there, spell ready to go, waiting, looking at the sky. All right.
Randall's
Wait.
gonna find a tree with a nice cover from above, so it's hard to be seen, and he's gonna just like relax on the tree, kind of like yawn and stretch a little bit. He's like, "Oh man, this is gonna be a great steak out. I love steak. Eating out, it's great.
I love steak.
When does the steak get here?"
All right, so you guys are just hanging out. It turns out this hippogriff has very poor eyesight. And does not notice the band of armed adventurers just chilling next to its snack. It's like, oh, baby, free food. And as the dusk begins to like fall proper, that kind of mix of daylight, of twilight, filling your eyes, the creature streaks out of the sky towards you. You are prepared. You've been waiting. You've been following the sky. Despite it trying to hide itself in the background, you see the beast coming. A hippogriff in full flight, claws outstretched as it dives towards one of these sheep. What do you do?
I activate my boots of flying.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think Grond lets loose his prepared cantrip.
Which is?
Yeah, I think it's pretty far away, so it's probably going to be a chill touch.
Chill touch, now with 100% less touch. All right, go ahead and roll me a chill touch damage here. I'll give you a dex save, I believe.
No, it's a attack spell.
Oh,
attack.
you have a spell attack. Beautiful. Go ahead and roll me a spell attack. That is a 17. That is enough to hit a hippogriff. It's coming screeching down. No! And then a cold hand grasps at its claws. It banks hard and sharply, confused for a moment, flying up overhead. It's circling you, and now it sees the four of you, looking between you all. As it banks around to look, what happens next?
If no one else takes an action right away, Randall will, on the subsequent turn, immediately fly up after this thing, screaming at it, very angrily, trying to scare it away so he can chase it back to its nest.
All right, you go flying towards this creature, full of screaming rage. The hippogriff looks at you. Go ahead and make me an intimidation check, please.
Absolutely. There we go.
That's a 12. The hippogriff looks at you and thinks, free lunch, baby. The hippogriff sees lunch flying towards it. It opens its claws and beak, and it banks towards you in full flight. As you try to intimidate it away, instead, its beak and claws both slash down upon you, Randall. The beak will miss you, but its claws strike into your flesh, tearing away bits of you. Please take for me 8 slashing damage as it tries to drag you with it. It ends up pulling its claws out of your body. You're too heavy and we're moving too fast to drag away on its own. What happens next?
Ow.
I would cast Fairy Fire on when I have a chance.
All right, Jonas, you step forth. A cascade of violet and teal hues pierce the twilight sky, arcing through the night. The hippogriff is going to bank away from them, screeching out in surprise. Ah! As it does so, make me an intimidation check, please.
I'm not proficient in that. Is that charisma based?
It is indeed.
All right.
Oh, a
It's pretty
22!
good.
The creature looks back at you and the four of you, and instead of banking back around in a circle, you see it flying back towards the mountain. As it does so.
After
Yes. Grand calls out, after it, and you follow. The creature flies with a decent amount of speed, but you are able to track it relatively easily through the night sky. After some time, you see it kind of perch its way up the middle of the mountain. You don't have enough speed to keep up with it on your own, but you watch it through the twilight, and you get a pretty good estimate of where on the mountain it stops.
Excellent. Yeah, I'll make a mental note. I'll go back to my party and say, all right, I think I know where it's going to be tomorrow. I think I can find it again. Should we do it in the morning? We could just try invis fly tactics to steal as many eggs as we can in the bag of holding, or do you guys are we hell bent on beating the crap out of this poor unsuspecting flying creature?
Well, we don't need to kill the creature
I
itself.
agree that we should do it the next day because I don't see us climbing a dangerous mountain in the night. But I mean, I guess the villagers would be happy if we kill it. So.
Greg,
All right.
Can I use my book on nesting habits of hippogriffs to determine when the adult hippogriffs would hunt normally? I guess normally at night, so when assuming because that's when they was hunting.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me a nature intelligence check. You spend some time to consult your book. Go ahead and expend that charge and take advantage on the roll.
There's wisdom, I'm assuming, so 1.
That is a 20. You would know that adult hippogriffs hunt at 2 times most often. The first is dusk and twilight, as that is the time that they can easily hide in the sky and dive into targets. The next time is like early morning at sunrise. Similarly, they're hiding in the light of the sky before ducking down and taking their prey.
Yeah, then I'll advise the group that I think we should try to travel over there and wait until they leave at dawn for their morning hunt.
We can do that if you'd like. Or if it's simpler for you, if you want to cast, I think one of you might have invisibility, and then at dawn,
Yeah.
I'll fly up there and just steal some eggs while they're gone.
Yeah, I mean it's up to you. Yeah, I mean,
Like I'm fine with doing that if you guys are okay with it.
yeah, I thought we would also just straight up exterminate them, but yeah, it's fine. We can do it that way.
Uh,
I have invisibility prepared, so I can cast it on you.
Look, I don't like birds, but I don't dislike them that much to murder a bunch of poor birds while they're sitting on their babies. Come on.
Did we make
I'm
it
not
like? Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, did we make it like known to the like townspeople that we would probably be killing off these hippogriffs, or did we not?
I thought that was their understanding that we killed them.
Okay,
Well,
then
I think you
Jonas would
told them we would
probably
like
want to.
scare them off, right?
Yeah, I think Jonas would want to like probably exterminate them then to like
Okay,
fulfill that.
we can
All
go
right.
do that. Then I will scout before we like give up completely. I'll try to scout a path up to like where this nest is, where people could walk up to it.
All right. Are you so as you scout it up? Is your intention to then follow up on that this very evening, or are you waiting until morning the next day?
We can probably just. Well, we should wait till the morning. I don't think everyone can see at night, can we?
All right.
I
Go
can
ahead and give
for
me
sure.
a survival wisdom check then, as you scout a path up the mountainside here.
Yeah.
That is an 11. Um, excellent. As you scout your way up, you will indeed find a path. It is a little bit more difficult to find than you perhaps expect, and you are able to make note of the route up to the kind of middle of this mountain. You go up just enough that you can begin to hear the eagle-like call of the hippogriff. Knowing that you are close to your prey, you turn back and you return to your party, confident that you can lead them there the next morning.
Excellent. All right. I found a path, guys. Anything else we need to do tonight?
No, I think we just rest for the morning.
All right. You rest until morning. The townsfolk thank you profusely for chasing off the creature, saying, "Hope they don't come back anytime soon. Oh, you're the best scarecrows we've ever had. Anyone interested in full-time scarecrowing?" And the like. You're given free lodgings for your heroism, as well as a hearty bowl of steamed oats and pork fat to really make sure you're good and healthy for the next morning. Soon after, the night will pass and early morning comes. You attempt to get yourselves ready before sunset in order to arrive at the hippogriff's nest as they are leaving and are ready to hunt the next day. Uh, as you do, you begin to climb the hillside. It is a longer and grueling climb than you expected. Randall's wisdom check did not find it a particularly good path. It is filled with switchbacks, with sheer kind of cliffs that you have to navigate, as well as a few pitfalls. It takes you longer to get to the top of the mountain than you expect. The sun is rising and is close to a full morning by the time you ascend to the top of the mountain. As you arrive there, you, though, are first assaulted with the sounds of screeches from the hippogriffs. It seems they are still nearby, and they sound angry. You approach a little bit further, and you hear the sounds of, like, something slamming into the ground, almost like stones falling. And you will eventually find yourselves looking up at the entrance to the Hippogriff Caves. Are you casting Scorching Ray?
I was prepping my spells. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I wanted to know what the target was, and we can go for it.
So anyway, Solomon started blasting.
Yeah, so anyway, Solomon starts blasting. You begin to climb up this hillside, and you first see the hippogriffs flying and circling around. You find the slamming sounds are the sounds of rocks, big, heavy boulders being thrown about by large creatures. You can see up over the top of the rising kind of hilly cliffside around you. This is a large ogre-like creature chucking boulders hither, thither across the map. And it looks a bit like this to you all. It seems to you that the ogres are trying to drive off the hippogriffs. What do you do as you approach this scene?
We have to take out the ogres before they crush the eggs with their rocks.
Well, Gron, the last time we had something like this, it was a great battle royale, but this time it's a tag team death match. Us versus everything else.
It's a three-way battle. Yeah, I think Gron would ready his fireball to blast the two ogres with.
All right. It sounds to me like you are getting ready for some battle, which in that case, let us roll everyone into initiative.
Yay.
Yay! Initiative.
Oh, you're so good at
not.
rolling initiative.
That's not right. I didn't roll
Oh,
any 20.
never mind. There we go. That's what I like to see.
Both
Someone
of us.
rolled lower than the guy with +3.
Look at that 0 of the ogres.
That's normally me.
All right. Let's see here. I have Grond, Solomon, Randall, Hippogriff, Ogre. Jonas needs to go on manually. Perfect.
16.
I'm wondering, is there a way where I can get both ogres and hippogriffs as well? Like, fireball
Jonas
is
is a 16.
I don't know. You probably have to like hold your action for it, and then if it doesn't happen, then you just lose the spell, right?
20-foot radius.
All right. The first to react to this strange scene in front of you is Jonas. There are hippogriffs circling the airs around you and ogres throwing stones at them. What do you do?
Did we see like any eggs as we were coming up? Did we see the nest? Is it? Like,
You do see
outside there?
to the northwest of you a opening in the cliffside, almost like a small cave entrance.
Okay, so we think that there's not really a chance of the eggs being trampled right now. We're outside their nest. So, I think we still just attack the ogres. We're gonna cast Fairy Fire again. Actually, not close enough. All right.
From where you're standing, I think you could easily fairy fire these two hippogriffs here. But there's this large rock wall here, right, that you can see. You can see these ogres over the top of it kind of throwing things, but I don't think you have like a good line of sight for spell casting on them. I think you would have to go across these like paths here to get a good look.
Okay, I think I can only move 30 feet, so I think what I'll do is I will save my spell. I will use a bonus action to inspire Gron, and start heading up the. Start heading up the.
All right, absolutely.
Area 1, 2.
You give Grond an attaboy speech. Coach hops here, and you begin marching forward along the path in front of you. Grond, you were the next to go. What will you do?
All right. Well, you said I can't see them, right?
I don't think you have a great line of sight on the ogres for spell
Yeah, there's
casting
a ridge
purposes.
between. Yeah, there's a ridge between.
Yes,
the-
exactly.
If I move,
I apologize. Because I didn't attack. Can I dash? okay, I
Yes,
do?
you may dash because inspiration is a bonus action.
Okay, then I'm gonna dash as well.
Okay.
You're on the ruler if you're trying to move yourself.
Sorry, my bad.
No, you're good. I
You
was just letting you know.
Here then.
All right, perfect. Grond, what's your plan?
all right. If I move to where I'm pointing,
Uh-huh.
the ridge tapers down, right?
Yeah, I think you can definitely see it tapering down there.
Yeah, if I stand here, I probably can see it a little bit, right?
I think you could get there. Yeah, you don't have difficult terrain as a problem because of your boots. So yeah, I think you could get there.
Right, I move here, and then I cast my Blazing Path trial fireball at the two ogres.
Oh, excellent! You open up a massive fireball from your past, remembering the blazing trail that you walked to earn it, and the Ifrit at the end of it. The ball of fire comes crashing down at the two ogres above you. They will make dexterity saving throws. I'm just gonna roll an advantage, and it's gonna be both of their rolls. A 6 and a 7, both of them will fail, each of them taking 31 points of fire damage. Excellent.
Oh yeah.
Yes, they burn and roast in the grounds around them. Ah! Lunch hurt! Or breakfast hurt! Alright. Anything else, Grond?
No, that's it for me.
Okay.
I moved and I.
Perfect. Solomon, it comes to your turn. Oh, what will you do?
What will I do indeed? Well, not to be left out. Where this would be difficult terrain, you said, right?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
it's going
You can
over
see
a ridge,
the
okay.
hill kind of tapering down there, but to walk straight over it would be difficult terrain. Because Grond has his boots of free movement. He's
Sure,
not
sure.
affected.
Okay, so we're gonna go 5, 10, 30. I'm gonna hang out right there.
Okay. Perfect. You rush forward, preparing to run around the side of this mountain. Randall, it comes to you. What will you do?
I will activate my boots of flying. I
Alright.
shall rage and I shall fly walk 40 feet over to here.
All right,
then-
excellent.
Yeah.
You turn on your boots of flying and race up the mountainside in a rage. With that, the hippogriffs will go. The two right next to you, Randall, are screeching out in surprise, and they are going to attack you. A new creature come to threaten their nest. This hippogriff dives towards you in the sky. An aerial battle between flying barbarian and bird. The hippogriff's beak will lash out at you. With a 10, you bat its face away. But its two lion-like claws reach out towards you. And will miss entirely.
As my contractual obligation for reactions, I will take a swipe at it.
Slap away.
20.
Your bronze claw smashes its head right across the jawline for 27 points of damage. In a thunderous clap, the creature falls out of the sky, down the mountain and dies.
I feel conflicted about this, guys.
The next creature comes diving towards you again, enraged by the death of its mate. It is going to have advantage now on its attacks. The beak will critically strike you. Please take for me 10 points of piercing damage. And in its rage, its claws will slash down upon you. With a 22, please take an additional 9 points of piercing damage. Creature, desperately ripping at you, clearly full of rage.
I am now feeling less conflicted about my prior action.
With that, the hippogriffs above are going to make a flyby kind of lunge at the ogres. The first one is going to rush in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet, and it is going to hack and claw at the ogres. Its first attack with its beak is going to hit this ogre for 13 more points of damage. The ogre is, in fact, bloodied by the strike. You see it like stumbling on the cliff, trying to find its footing as sharp claws come lashing out. With a 17, also striking the ogre, bringing it down near to death's door. Excellent. With that, the creature then flies back 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet away from the ogre. This creature will make the same maneuver, slashing in to attack him with a beak attack, hitting for 10 points of damage, bloodying the ogre, and then following up with its claws, missing entirely before flying back to relative safety. The ogres then roar out their pain, and they are going to roll to see if they notice you. Which they do, the perceptive ogres. This ogre here, though, doesn't care. He has been brought to death's door by his would-be snack, and he's gonna throw a boulder at the hippogriff, hucking it up. The rock strikes near the creature as it tries to flit away. And it is successful, only taking half of 18, so 9 points of damage. The boulder strikes it, only fleetingly, but is enough to bloody the hippogriff here. And then the next ogre is going to step up, pick up one of its large boulders, and it's going to throw it at a target of you. The only 2 targets it can hit are Jonas and Randall, and it is going to choose Jonas. My name is Jonas. Please make me a dexterity saving throw. That is a 21. That is a success. You see this large stone arcing your way, and you are only going to take half of this creature's damage. Please take half of 9 points of bludgeoning damage. Jonas, you pick yourself up from
You always roll down, right? You're round down, I mean.
Yes. So half of 9 in this case would be 4 for you. Excellent. Jonas, your initiative became 32 somehow, but despite that, you're still first.
All right.
You pick yourself
This
up
time I'm
from the
actually
boulder.
ready.
What do you do?
I am going to rally Randall and say, "Don't be conflicted with this." And then I'm going to rally him for 9 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
Hey, we take those.
And don't have a ranged weapon, so I think I'm just going to continue moving forward.
Okay.
But actually, I think, are any of these like cliffs like big enough that I could hide behind, so I couldn't get a boulder thrown at me?
I think that because
way
they're
up, like,
perched
my head
on
behind
top of the
this thing.
cliffs throwing down, they're still going to be able to maybe hit you, but I think if you were to spend your action hiding, kind of like where you are, like pressed up against the cliff, I would give you advantage on your roll.
Or since it's a range attack, one of Solomon's great tricks is to go prone. Gives you
Hmm.
disadvantage.
I think it's a dex save.
Oh, you're right. It's not an attack. My apologies.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to crouch down
So you
behind
can
this
go
wall,
prone if you want to, but you know.
No, you
bad
do
things
knowing
can
that it
happen.
won't really help. I'm just going to hide behind this.
Also,
Small
little
where he is
outcropping.
going prone might be pretty dangerous because the ogre
Yeah,
is
definitely not
back.
going prone.
You pick
All
up his
right.
club and smash him.
Grand, you see Jonas rushing up after the assault with the ogre's stone. It comes to you. What do you do?
Alright, this ogre button. This ogre here is at death's door. You said, right?
He is indeed Grand.
All right, give me a wisdom save. I will cast Toll the Dead to push him through death's door.
Where are these bells coming from? I don't understand.
Oh no.
Oh, his
Poor ogre.
mind is
Holy
torn apart by the sonorous sounds of your energy, of your bells. The creature falls, stumbles a moment, and then dies rolling down the cliff. Ugh. Excellent. With that, we'll go to Solomon. It is your turn. What will you do?
Oh boy. Okay. Can I get here with my movement 30 feet?
You can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, like around it. I think you can get here. Yeah?
Ping that again.
I think you can get right here by going
Right there.
around.
Okay.
If you go
perfect.
over it, you would go. Yeah, okay.
I'll just stay there.
Perfect.
Let's see. So he is. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna go ahead and do firebolt on the this guy here.
All right, you look to firebolt the second ogre. Go ahead and make me a roll to hit.
26.
That 26 will get it done.
For 3.
Your fire streaks
Oh, boy.
across the sky, lancing into this ogre. It turns towards you now, hefting its boulder anew. No steel breakfast!
Okay, that's my turn.
Randall, it is your turn. The mate of the hippogriff you slew is trying still to slash at you. What do you do?
Randall shall recklessly slap this bird out of the sky and say, that breakfast is mine. I like my eggs scrambled. Does a 15
A
hit?
15 will probably hit a hippogriff. Yes, it sure does.
All right, that is 26 whole points.
That
of
is
damage.
a lot of damage. In a thunderous clap, your bronze dragon claw once more strikes true. The bird falls from the sky down and reaches its mate in death.
And then he will turn to the ogre and say in giant, "The eggs are mine, loser!" and we'll clock it in the face with another attack, also at advantage.
All right.
Does an 18 hit another?
An 18 will hit the ogre, yes.
Oh God, that's a lot of damage. That's 34.
31, 34. That is going to slay the ogre. You say breakfast is mine. He just gets crushed by your bronze claw. It just dies on the spot, falls down into the rocks below.
And Randall ends his turn 5 feet in the air, like, yeah, breakfast is mine, bitches.
All
We got
right.
eggs and bacon now.
With that, the hippogriffs will go. The first hippogriff will attack Randall, coming flying in, rushing up to you, entering your range to make attacks. Go ahead and make your reaction if you would like. That'll hit it.
Goodbye, bird. I'm sorry.
That is a goodbye bird. This hippogriff dies as it falls into the below. Its enraged mate comes rushing forward towards you, trying to get vengeance as it strikes at you with advantage. The 18
that
of
hits.
its beak rips into your flesh for 12 points of piercing damage as it tries to follow up with its claws.
Ooh,
Ripping into flesh again for another 7 points of slashing damage.
All right, that gets all of my temporary HP.
Nice. Temporary HP and barbarians, a tale as old as time. The hippogriff
Cursed
stays
tale.
on you in a rage. The ogres are dead. Jonas, you cower beneath the rocks nearby. What will you do?
You're muted.
Yes.
I am moving as far forward as I can, which is right up next to him. And then I am going to... Actually, I'm not going to move up next to him. Sorry. I'm going to stay back here, and I'm just going to cast Cure Light Wounds on Randall.
Okay.
I think you have to.
You have to. Yeah. Okay. So Cure Light
you're right.
Wounds doesn't.
Then I'm
have
going
a
to move all the way up
range.
to here then. Sorry, I'll move right up next to him behind him.
Right. I'm going to be that guy, but we've determined that these kind of sloped areas of the cliffs are difficult terrain. So in order to move your full 30 feet, you're going to have to double.
Okay, then, yeah, how far can I move all the way then? Let's see. "15 feet then?
Yep.
So, like here,
Yep.
and then, actually, I'm gonna move all the way up next to him still, and then I'm gonna rally him from behind.
And rally is a
Sit
bonus,
next to
right?
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So the same thing. It's also D8 plus 3, so also 11, but now it's 11 temporary.
All right. Excellent. 11 more temporary hit points for Randall. Excellent. And I don't know how, but Jonas is gonna continue getting more and more initiative, apparently. Grant, it's your turn. What will you do?
He's so fast.
Yeah.
So fast.
Jonas is a blur on the court, man. Holy man.
Speeds through time.
The hippogriff wasn't injured, right?
The hippogriff remains uninjured, yes.
Alright, then I'll do another chill touch attack.
Okay. The 15 will hit it for 7 points of damage. Shockingly, not bloodied. All right.
Yeah, that's it for me, yeah.
All right. The necrotic hand brushes gently across its cheeks, and Solomon, it is your turn. What will you do?
All right. I want to be away from the party. I'm gonna go. I'll cast magic missile on the hippogriff.
Alright. Go ahead and roll me some damage as you throw out your stones and they break into their magic missiles, striking at the creature. For 12 points of damage, which is exactly enough damage to kill it. The creature falls out of the sky and dies, landing next to its mate. After this, the mountains lie still, and the combat is over. You now see a cave opening, unguarded, to the west of the fighting that has happened.
Can we rifle through the ogre's belongings and maybe also skin the hippogriffs? Like I heard horse leather, especially of the hindquarters, is very soft.
Have you heard that?
Hey man, that loincloth is mine. I killed that fair and square.
You rifle through the ogre's possessions. Let's see. The ogres have amongst them valuables totaling about 13 gold pieces. They also have a bag full of broken eggshells. They have a wad of lint and other strange hair pulled into a ball. And they have a set of bone dice. They are six-sided, uneven shaped dice made from the bones of some fallen enemy.
Can one sell them? Is that valuable or?
Nope, the valuables are 13 gold pieces, but you could have a bone dice set.
Or a big ball of
Or a big ball of lint
Hair
and
and lint.
hair.
Maybe the diviner wants to have the dice for divining.
Yeah, I'll take the dice.
All right, they are yours.
Yeah, and then like getting feathers and the leather of the
Sure. Let me look up hippogriff here. Let me see. Creature loot. Hippogriff. Starts with an H, didn't you know? A hippogriff. I'm gonna need a nature dexterity check from you, Grand.
Anyone assisting me?
Your
I'll help.
DC for a hippogriff is gonna be 13.
I also want some feathers.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll nature int, but we can do some, I guess. My dex is +1, my int is +4, so it's -3. It's 13.
That's a 13. That is a success. You are able to harvest one hippogriff pelt. This has no immediate use, but can be crafted by a master craftsman into a pouch or a perfectly good water skin. I want you to also roll me a 1d10. You harvest 8 hippogriff feathers. These can be crafted into a pen that is sought after by calligraphers. These are considered valuable tools in the trade, or carefully crafted into 2 arrows.
Sounds good.
All right.
Yeah, then let's check out the cave.
You walk inside the cave. It is a fairly shallow cave. You see some bones of cattle and sheep, as well as some soft grasses and hay, and like a big nest. And inside, you find 2 round eggs. Each of them are about the size of a watermelon. And they are like pearly white with little splotches upon them, resting in the nest amidst a bunch of like shedded, molted, like feathery fuzz.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put the lots of feathers and fuzz, maybe also from the killed hippogriffs as padding, so they don't break, and put them in a sack and put that sack in my bag of holding.
All right, you sack up the eggs and slip them into the bag of holding. They are yours.
Nice.
Nice. Well, I think we're done here, unless there's some giant salamanders on this island. Otherwise, we can head on over to the coast.
Yeah, we still need to ask I think the hunters when we come down from here.
All right. Well, you will make your return trip down the mountain. You find a much easier path than Randall found that could have gotten you here much quicker. But you make your way back down and easily get in touch with the hunters of the Isle. You describe giant salamanders and these sneaky creatures that like to put their eggs in burrowing places, alongside those of burrowing creatures. The farmers all shake their heads confused. They are uncertain if there are any at all along the coastal swamps of this island. Um, as
All right. I
you get
think
this information and process it, I think, though, we should take our first break, as we are at a pretty good location, or a pretty good time to do so. We've been playing for about a couple of hours here. So I'm going to have us go to our nice little splash screen. We could gonna grab some drinks, some bio, whatever we may need. We'll be back in about 5 or 10 minutes. And I hope to see you soon, chat. Be right back. And hello, Internet. Welcome back to Land Beyond the Mist. At the other side of our break, our brave adventurers slew the hippogriffs protecting their nest and the ogres looking to snack on the eggs inside, and have taken the eggs away from the hippogriffs. And welcome back and back down to the village proper. After asking around about giant salamanders in the area, you receive the information that they do not believe there are any in the area. So, as you receive this information and are prepared to go out searching, what is the party's plan after their successful hippogriff heist?
Well, I think after the villagers telling us, or the hunters telling us they don't know of any here, I think our best bet is to go to a proper swamp, the big swamp near Thorn Rest. Yeah,
Mhm.
Grond was there already briefly, or at least in Thorn Rest. So he's pretty confident that if there's a place in the mist, or if there's a swamp in the mist where salamanders might be, that this must be it.
That must be it. All right.
Yeah.
I think the only thing. Sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to use the book. I have a book for miscellaneous burrowed creatures that like a salamander would go into, and I would like to use that so that I could get like a list of what creatures we're looking for and like how big of a thing are we looking. Like, is this size huge giant, size giant giant, or size large giant?
All right,
Essentially.
absolutely. You take your look of burrowing creatures to see which ones or what size category might be most appropriate to seek out for the giant salamanders. As you consult the book and read up on it, go ahead and make me a nature intelligence check. This is going to be a DC 13 at advantage.
Excellent.
That is a success. From this book that common burrowing animals are between the large and huge size. It is more common to see them with large creatures, though on occasion they have been known to spread their eggs into huge sized creatures' nests as well, as they tend to be quite big.
Excellent. I'll let everyone know that we're looking for a large or larger burrow in the ground um, for these creatures, like a very big one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I think what remains to be seen is, do we go to Thornrest and ask there, or maybe straight to the coast of the swamp and look for a small fishing village or the like of locals? Maybe they know.
I think our best bet is probably to go to like the mouth of this river and go like inland a ways and then just go south through the swamp to try to find it.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good idea.
Okay, so your plan is to come to the mouth of the wrinkled river and then just head
Yeah.
south. Are you going near the? You're going to try to avoid, I assume, the battles of
Yeah, for
Thornrest.
sure.
All
We'll
right.
try. Sometimes you just have to fight the demon hair guy. Sometimes it just happens.
I'm just
Sometimes.
only level 4. He's trying to catch up those levels. So he doesn't mind.
All right. So you're going to make your way through the island. Dave is happy to see you come back. It's waves will reveal a like welcome back smiley face on the beach sands, and it is excited to continue the journey. You press on through the hexes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'll take you exactly a day's journey to get to the mouth of the wrinkled river. As you do and make this journey, I want Solomon to give me a D6 for your journey.
Oh boy. Okay. Six.
That is a 6. The journey of that day goes by uneventfully. You find nothing in the waters of the ocean. You kind of troll by these small islands, but nothing of interest catches your eye. And you eventually make your way to the mouth of the wrinkled river as the night begins to fall the next day, or at the end of that day's journey. And you probably are going to camp out here before pressing on through the deep of the night. Yeah?
Yeah.
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 All right.
Yeah.
With that, you have arrived at your destination in the mouth of the wrinkled river. The swamp kind of spreads out in all directions from you here, although it is denser and you know it to continue farther on to the east and the south. As you look about, you do not find much in the way of settlements on the swamp side of the wrinkled river. But you do know that if you leave the swamp a little bit farther north up the river and into the western side of Shallow Rest, there are plenty of settlements along that side, though it seems few venture into the swamp itself.
If you go any further, I just want to make sure as a pack rat that we've got the rations correct. So this has
Okay.
been 4 days worth of rations that we've eaten, and then any additional time we were eating with the villagers.
The
Or
villagers would
we
have
have
given you
eaten
their
more than
kind of
that.
gruel. So days that you spent with the village, you don't have to track, but the rest of your journey you would.
Okay, perfect. So,
Okay. What is your plan as you see the swamp in front of you here, but not much in the way of settlements of the at the mouth of the river?
Well, I think yeah, as the new day breaks, we disembark, and yeah, we basically have to search the swamp ourselves for some burrows or traces of salamanders or burrowing creatures.
Okay. You begin to search the swamps yourselves, traveling east and south. As you do so, I want you to each tell me. We'll just go in camera order, actually, during your course of the day. So Grand will be our look in for the first like 4 hours, then Jonas, then Randall, etc., etc. So Grand, in the first 4 hours of the day in the kind of morning as you meander your way through the swamp. How is it that you attempt to search for these giant salamanders?
All right, so I have two things. For one, he will use his extensive knowledge on nature to,
Mhm.
deduce where these burrows might be, and how traces of creatures like that might look. And second, he will also always periodically switch into the eyes of his owl, which is, owls are known to hunt for I mean, obviously a lot smaller burrowing creatures, but like mice and voles that have their little holes.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you go ahead and choose for me whether you would like to make a nature intelligence check, knowing your knowledge of the land and what might lead you closer to the burrows, or a perception wisdom check as you peer through the eyes of your keen-eyed owl, looking for the signs of what you need.
I think I will take nature intelligence.
Okay, very cool.
Normal and roll. 16.
That is a 16. You look around for signs of what might be burrows. You get a partial success here, as you don't find exactly what you were looking for, but you and your party one step closer to finding burrows. In fact, you see places where the soft earth has been moved recently. Although what you see probably isn't much in the way of an actual large burrow or a nest, you are able to kind of track your way through the swamp to get you and your party in the like right general area as you are seeing signs of burrowing creatures about. In the like or like in the noontime or like late morning to noon. Jonas, you are in charge of our look in here. How is it that you are searching for these burrowed creatures?
Burrowed creatures. Okay. Well, I think Jonas thinks we're looking for a really large creature. So I think Jonas would assume that the largest creatures are gonna try to put themselves close to the water source and try to find like a clean water source in the area, the swamp. So like probably everything kind of has probably all water, I guess. So I guess he would probably try to find like the most like prime real estate for like a nest, and
Okay.
then assume that like the biggest bat on the block is there.
Sounds to me
But I'm
like
not really sure how I would do that. Like it's not a nature survival check.
That's what I was
Probably
gonna
trying to
say. It
think of
sounds to
that.
me like you're making a survival wisdom check here to find that quote unquote prime real estate for these
Yeah.
creatures to nest in.
I wasn't sure if you were trying to get us to do something like different than each other.
It's up to you.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely go ahead with you said survival wisdom.
Sounds sounds good to me. That is a 10. That is unfortunately unsuccessful. As you are looking around for prime real estate, you just kind of stumble through the swamp, finding sturges and finding like sinkholes. It is tiring and it is grueling. I want each of you, as you are led through the swamp, to take for me one wound from a pack of wild sturges that you had to fend off during the day's travel.
Oh no. Oh god, it's not good.
Modifier though, or is it with the con modifier?
It is only the die. It is not the con modifier.
So I thought.
Oh, okay, all right, that's much better. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's still pretty bad, but
It's
well,
still a
you know,
9, but all
there are
right.
worse things, I guess.
So in the early afternoon, it is Randall. You are leading the search for these creatures on this day, tracking through the swamp, staying close to the kind of area that Grand has pointed out for you. How is it that you search for these giant salamanders, their nest, or the burrowing creatures?
Oh god, guys, these mosquitoes are huge out here. I've never seen bugs this big. This is awful. I'm gonna go take a flight. I'll be back. And he's gonna turn on his boots of flying and fly up and just fly around this area to see if he can see anything moving around.
All right. That sounds to me like a pretty classic perception wisdom check. Go ahead and make that for me, and we'll see if you're successful.
Yeah. An 11.
That is an 11. That is unsuccessful, but we will reduce this here. You are able to see from your vantage point what appears to be an old nest, something that was once used, or there was a kind of a large burrow. But when you go to investigate it, there is nothing there anymore. You feel like you're a step closer to where you want to be, but you do not find the giant salamander nest that you were hoping to find. Uh, in the late afternoon and early evening, it is Solomon who is going to lead this investigation looking for the giant salamander eggs. Tell me, how is it that you attempt to find these eggs, the salamanders, or the large burrowing creature?
Certainly. Well, we've tried a lot of natural ways of looking. He's actually going to bend on one knee and pray to Selune for some sort of divine intervention or some sort of divine sight, I guess.
Yeah, all right, absolutely. Go ahead and give me a religion intelligence check here.
Sure. 19.
That is a 19. That is a success. You bend down on one knee, you kind of pray to Selune, and you open your eyes, and no one else sees it, but almost like a small silvery trail appears before you. You are certain that it's there, though no one else seems to notice it. And as you follow it, you wind your way through the swamp, sometimes knee thick in mud and muck, but you find yourself eventually in a kind of deep, rocky abode. A little bit different than the burrowing that you had seen before. There is like ravines here of like where creatures have moved so often. The dirt has actually fallen down, leaving almost island-like rocks in the jungle-like swamp around you. And sure enough, as you approach from what we'll call the north, since you came from the northernmost side of the cave here, you see giant salamanders wandering about. And in the center of these kind of small aisles, you see a bunch of eggs. There are three essentially piles of them of various colors and types, all intermingled and mixed together. And as you look upon the scene, the salamanders around you just kind of skitter about through the trees. When they catch sight of you, they kind of turn a little green and like almost like half camouflage with the jungle around them.
Nice. We found what we were looking for.
Okay. How big are the eggs?
The eggs are quite large. You can see them. They are larger than the watermelons, by sized eggs that you found for the hippogriffs by about 1.5 or 2 times.
Would they fit in the bag of holding?
The biggest ones, it would be a stretch, but maybe.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try something a little probably insane.
Okay.
I will use the treasure hunter shuffle to cast locate object on giant salamander eggs. Will that work on it? I'll just post it in the chat. I'm not sure.
I don't know. That's very clever. Locate
Because
object.
it doesn't say that it works on creatures. It says objects, but is an egg an object?
An object. What came first, the creature or the object?
Exactly.
I think it's an object.
Maybe the shell. It's not the creature itself, but the shell.
Yeah.
Alternatively, the
Exactly.
spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as a certain kind of apparel, tool, weapon, jewelry.
Yeah,
Of
I think-
any,
I
if
think
any
you-
thickness of lead blocks it, I think this works. So I think that you can indeed find. You sense the direction. You're getting pulled in various locations. It seems that in these nests all three of them, there are pings to the shovel. Like the shovel is drawn in like different directions, trying to get its way closer to them.
Yeah,
Ron wonders what other creatures' eggs are in there.
I will ask to borrow the bag of holding and ask if anybody would like to use an invisibility spell so I can just go steal the egg so we don't have to commit giant salamander genocide at the moment.
We've already.
Well, we don't have to kill the
genocide on
giant
other
salmon.
beasts.
It sounds like it's some other.
We don't
creature.
have to, but you guys are kind of crazy sometimes. I mean, we're getting kind of wild.
Wait, since when is Randall, the king of the arena, not the one going wild?
All right, I mean, if you want me to kill them all, I can, but I'm gonna feel remorseful about it for weeks.
I can cast invisibility on you if you guys want to go that way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care either way, but I think. Yeah. I mean, Grond is kind of interested in finding out what creature actually. Yeah, is what else is here basically.
Well, Randall, do you think you can make the eggs and get back?
Oh, definitely. I just need to
All right.
borrow the bag of holding, and then I'll activate my boots of flying, and then you want to cast your spell on me, and then I'll hop to it with winged
Alrighty.
boots.
I'll take the
Yeah,
stone
I
out of
mean,
my
if you
bag
put them
and
in the bag,
put it
then,
to Randall's chest and do the sigil, and he, almost like a predator, just vanishes.
Ooh. All right. Randall, you vanish from sight. Bag of holding in hand from Grand.
Yeah, I will fly up and like quite high and fly over, and then lightly go on the ground so I don't make a lot of noise, and then I will start digging through to grab these giant salamander
All
eggs.
right. You lightly land on the ground. Make me a stealth dexterity check to lightly land on the ground and not make yourself noticed.
I can definitely try.
All right.
at advantage because he's invisible.
No, because
I think
this
this is a
check does
sound.
not rely on sight.
Uh oh. Well,
You land your feet on the ground as softly as you can. Which egg pile do you land next to?
uh, probably like this one because it's the closest.
Okay. So you land yourself about here on the ground. As softly and as gently as you can. You begin picking through these eggs, but suddenly the ground underneath you begins to shift and turn as a great creature comes bursting out of the ground, its tremor senses activated. And it rushes up underneath you to make a mighty bite out of you. You see a bronze snake-like creature, its mouth full of lightning, and as it does so, it is going to snap right underneath you.
Uh oh.
This is
Sounds firing. He doesn't know why he didn't do it.
not
really doing for a minute. He's been thinking about how he rolled a D8 instead of a D10 on his cures wounds die, and
That is a
gonna take an extra 2 damage
22.
for it.
That will hit you, Randall. You
Most
feel
definitely.
a painful bite as the snake's mouth just rips into your legs. I need you to take for me.
A lot of damage, I'm guessing.
I need you to take for me 15 points of electricity damage. As you do, please make me a Constitution saving throw.
Let me see. 15. Oh, I can do it for this one. Then a con saving throw. 21.
That is a success. You feel yourself being paralyzed in the moment by the electrical bite, but you power through it, your mind ablaze. The creature begins coiling around you. You feel the ground erupting nearby, and from a nearby piece of earth, a second creature arises. Everybody, what do you do?
Randall will fly back up into the air, still invisible. It's like, I'm not touching the ground anymore. Fuck you.
All right. You fly up into the air. As you do so, the creature will try to bite, feeling the tremoring ground beneath it, like disappearing, but it will do so at disadvantage. A 15, it bites, crackling in the air underneath you, but you will fly up into the sky above its bite, and you are unharmed.
Can we see this happening?
Oh, yeah.
Are there any like
Probably
large
you're like, oh,
rocks?
fuck.
Are there any like really large rocks or anything nearby?
You look around you, you don't see much in the way of large rocks around you, no.
Nothing I can. Anything heavy I can throw?
What are you trying to throw? Like, what was your plan?
I'm just trying to throw
here?
something like, I'm trying to throw something heavy so that it thinks like there's something over in this direction.
Sure.
I don't know.
One of your party members might be pretty heavy. You might be able to throw like a big blade or like a helmet.
Yeah, I don't really have a lot of stuff. I guess I have a frost grenade, but I don't want to waste it on that. So I'm trying to find like a big rock or something.
Highs or lows,
I'm
Dan?
definitely not throwing my guitar. Lows.
Shockingly enough, you look around and there is one good-sized rock near your feet.
Fantastic. I'm gonna throw that rock away from Randall. I don't know how to ping. I think over here.
You want to throw it right over here. All right. You chuck that rock over there. As soon as you do, one of these creatures goes sliding towards it whoosh, in a burst of speed, snapping at the rock. The rock breaks in its jaws. A bunch of pebbles come flying down as it shakes its head, showering the ground in stone pieces.
I do.
All right. And then if no one else does anything, Randall will fly over to this other pile, not landing on the ground this time. Can I point out easily like which egg is pinging? Is it the white one, I'm guessing?
It is the smallest one amongst the eggs, this little white one, yes.
All right, I will take that egg if I can scoop it up off the ground carefully.
All right, give me a dexterity acrobatics check or dexterity sleight of hands check to scoop this off the ground.
You know what? They're both the same, but sleight of hand sounds cooler.
All right. You scoop
13?
this egg up off the ground deftly and silently and slide it into your bag of holding.
Excellent. And then I will, if there's no more in this pile, I will get the next one from this one doing the same thing. Okay.
Is anyone else doing anything, or are you just watching this happen?
Yeah, I mean, if the snakes haven't noticed us.
All right.
I'm standing as still as possible.
Give me a sleight of hand check, Mr. Randall. A 21. Practiced this time. You scoop it up and place it in your bag.
All right, and then I will try one more time.
All right.
Dead man's land.
You go in between the two serpents, crouching down in the air invisibly.
I'm gonna give him my 11 for a 14.
Huh?
A 14?
Ooh, the portent is a 14.
11.
For some reason, you had a dream about Randall's just snatching eggs, and you know the right moment to like shout out, "Not now!" Freezing Randall before he recollects himself, and you scoop up the last egg. What do you do with the eggs in your pouch?
Is there an egg that's just like on the top of the pile that I could easily just grab and fly straight up with?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll do that too. I'm gonna be like, this is my fucking egg now. Random egg and fly straight up.
I don't know what's gonna hatch from it, but it's mine now.
All right. You
Probably
fly
snake.
straight up. All right. As you do so, make me a stealth dexterity check.
I will try my hardest.
All you, buddy. I only got an 8.
Not very sneaky.
You see the ground shift just a little bit as you pull that egg off the top. And you fly straight up, and the whole ground rumbles beneath you as the adult version of these snakes comes up out of the ground, lightning in hand. It snaps at the air. It can't see you, but it knows you're generally here. Does a 21 hit you?
It does hit me. Yeah.
Excellent. Please take for me. Please take for me 41 points of lightning damage.
That just knocks me unconscious.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, just
You
knocks me unconscious
see
'cause of
a
wound.
Randall fall to the ground beneath the large adult as he lays there unconsciously. The serpent's lightning goes. The eggs beneath you go splat, but the ones in your bag are fine, Randall. Your friend lays unconscious. The large serpent looks around in the swamp, waiting, like trying to sense more danger. What do you do?
Have the salamanders moved at all or done anything?
The salamanders have turned like green as shit and are like pressed up
Okay.
against trees and
Oh,
stuff.
so they're basically like, okay, they're Homer Simpson into the
They are Homer Simpsoning to
Got
the
it.
best of their ability.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Well,
Is he still invisible when he gets knocked unconscious? I have no idea. So,
I'm going to assume that you see him fall out of the air as he like is no longer. Actually, that's not true because he's not the one casting the spell, right?
right. It would be me.
I
so
think
I mean,
you see something splat into a bunch of
Yeah,
eggs.
you see an invisible thing splat into a bunch of eggs after a giant bite.
And then like a thump.
You hear the Wilhelm scream.
Yes, there's a Wilhelm scream from something in the air as this giant serpent bites, and then like the eggs below it go splat as like his body falls invisibly on them.
yeah. Now it's a rescue operation, I suppose.
What do you do?
They say, if you have another spell of invisibility, Jonas will offer to walk up and try to pick him up and carry him back.
You
But,
are wearing heavy armor, so there's no way you're going.
You're right. I would definitely not succeed, but Jonas would offer.
No, the only one that isn't wearing armor is Solomon. I could cast invisibility on you.
What if I attempt to pull the monsters away, and then you go grab them?
Yeah, that could work as well, but I
But,
don't know if you're gonna survive that.
Are the creatures still on the surface, or do they?
Are you
did they-
bleeding out, Randall?
I should be, yeah. I'm at,
In
like,
this
minus
discussion, roll me a death save.
2. All right, here we go. I hate death saves. They hate
That
me.
is one
Oh, they like
success. You
That one does.
invisibly succeed.
Are the creatures still above ground, or have
They are
burrowed
above
back
ground.
into
You see
the-
them like like slithering around. You see their eyes are like shut or like almost like fused together from their like hardened scales around the outside. But they like touch their bodies to the ground, like feeling for tremor sense.
Jonas is a battle commander, and this is already too much waiting that he's not willing to take. So he is going to do what he said. He is going to run to
Alright.
the, like, probably to this other, like, across this ravine. Can't mark
Are
very
you gonna
well.
run like? You're
I
gonna
don't
run
know. I'm
over
gonna, like,
here,
run past them.
like to the east.
I'm going to run past. I'm trying to mark.
If you
I'm trying to
select
run
your
down,
token,
like, past. Oh yeah, good call.
I think you can right click and it'll pull an arrow out, and then you could like click there and then click back to yourself, and we'll see where you want to go.
I'm just gonna like run down this like in between this ravine
Hey.
and like run probably pretty close to this one, and then just like start booking it this way.
Oh, that's dangerous, but I like it. You take off.
And then
you start
as I do that, I'm gonna yell. Before I do that, I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna give inspiration to Gron. Say,
I'll give it to Solomon.
Randall. Whoever we decide is gonna be invisible. Whatever we decide in those first 6 seconds, I'm gonna give them inspiration, and then I'm gonna run.
All right, you take off, and a full sprint. Whoosh! You begin running through. I want you to make me an athletic strength check to put on a burst of speed and get past these creatures.
All right, fantastic. I am actually proficient in that and good at strength, so
All right.
that could be a +5.
Does
Oh!
Does anyone have inspiration to
yeah, I
give
can
to
give
it?
you my inspiration.
Oh, go ahead and roll one more time as Grand passes his inspiration along to you.
God just saved me for sure. Maybe.
That is a
Probably not.
9. Shockingly
Probably
enough,
not.
that beats an 8.
Saved
You
the shit out of
rush
you.
past this creature. You get to about here, and you just put on that extra burst of speed as you take your action to run away. It bites in the air just past you. You can feel your neck and your hairs stand on edge as you tingle from electricity. The creatures begin to slide towards you. The young ones are chasing you first as the mother just kind of like slides along carefully, getting to the edge of the eggs, but no further. Seemingly like not willing to get too far away. You are in the middle of a chase. What are the other two of you doing back here? Just waiting to see what happens?
Well,
I could cast slow on all 3 of them, which means that Jonas would have an easier time escaping from them. But the problem is the mother snake isn't far enough away yet, so I could ready my slow spell to see if she leaves the vicinity.
hang on. I know what you're thinking. And actually, I was looking at the spell. It says 6 creatures of your choice. So you can choose not to have him slowed.
No, that's not. Yeah, that wasn't the point. My
okay.
point was, I mean, I can slow them, but the thing is, she's not. I'm not. Rhonda's is not convinced that the mother snake is bought into the chase.
Okay.
That she's actually going to leave the area and leave, especially Randall's body behind.
Got
for
it.
the.
All right, the wizards stand and debate the abilities of the slow. As the chase goes on, Randall, make me a death saving throw.
Basically, can I just say that I wanna prepare or ready the slow spell to go off.
You need to do something fast because I'm going to bleed out probably.
All
next
right,
turn.
you prepare the slow spell, Grand, to try to hit these creatures in the chase. Should the mother move on.
And the trigger is the mother snake keeps chasing Jonas next.
All right, excellent. You prepare it. Randall, invisibly, you take another failed death save. Hop, go ahead and give me another strength athletics check as the chase continues with you and the snakes. A 22!
Oh,
Brilliant! You put on a burst of speed. You and the 2 babies run off the edge of the map. You are getting just as far away as you can. The mother snake does not follow.
All right.
Yeah, then I won't cast slow spell, but instead I can cast invisibility on you, Solomon.
Yeah, but if I walk on the ground, then they'll still detect me because they have tremor sense. Invisibility doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
That's how they got him. I'm gonna go ahead and I hate doing this, but I'm gonna go ahead and cast Fly on myself, and that'll drop invisibility on Randall.
All right.
And
You
then,
cast Fly upon yourself. Randall's unconscious, bleeding out body in the mess of eggs beneath him becomes visible.
I'm going to fly. Oh, fly here and stay off the ground, and then I guess I can't stabilize him because that's ever using my action.
I have potions on me. If you want to use one next turn.
Okay.
All right. You
Wait,
fly. You're hovering above the ground. Jonas is just hoofing it. Grand, do you do anything?
Yeah, I just want to ask, like, if he's not touching the ground, then Tremor Sense doesn't work, right?
Correct.
So I could cast invisibility on him, and Snake couldn't see him because he's not touching the ground and he's invisible.
Oh, that'll work. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Then I do that.
You cast invisibility on the flying Solomon. He just disappears, melding into the air around your eyes. The final check I want from you, Jonas. Give me a strength athletics check. An 18. An 18 beats a 5 on the die. You put on enough speed, these baby creatures cannot follow you. Randall, make me a death saving throw.
I shall.
That is a second success. You are still bleeding out and unconscious. Solomon, you're hovering above him, now invisible. What do you do?
So he's got 2 successes and 1 failure,
Yes.
or 2 and 2. Okay.
2 and 1.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a potion off of Randall and just cram it in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Grab
my
the
love
bag of
potions.
holding.
This one.
All right, a random potion gets shoved into your mouth. You heal up, your eyes snap open. You are awake on the brink of death. You see this massive creature like rubbing its like belly across the ground, waiting to see what moves next.
And I slap him on the shoulder and say, "Go."
All right.
Yeah, I'll just like point up and be like, fly up. I just will fly up with you and be like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
That's a 1 on the die. I'm not even gonna make you roll a dex check. As the
Thank
eggs
goodness.
shift a little bit underneath you, it's not enough to get the mother's attention. You fly up and away from the pile of eggs.
The story I tell about how I killed these snakes is gonna be glorious.
The story of the shamed Randall being like, I fucked around a lot and I definitely found out.
Yeah.
You fly up away from the creatures, effectively ending your combat here. Jonas makes the long loop around and like rejoins the party, winded, out of breath, but the baby serpents no longer following him.
I thought we were gonna go after Jonas to kill the 2 baby serpents.
You can do that if you want to.
Go for it. I'll meet you back at the island.
Jonas has no idea what that. Jonas ran until he couldn't hear them. He couldn't. Jonas ran until he couldn't hear anything.
Ran until he hit water.
Smart man.
And then he ran, and then he went to like 2 Dave and hit on Dave.
Mhm.
All right, so I guess we didn't return to Dave.
All right, you return to Dave. It was almost a day's trek out here. Is there any encounters? No. The dice are not wanting to give you very many encounters along the way this time. You make your way back to Dave the Island, your treasure of eggs in tow. All right, very good. You spend the night on Dave's Island, perhaps waiting to see if one of these large serpents will come towards you, but none of them do. And you wake up the next morning having rested a night in the mist, and like 4 eggs, because Randall stole another one, richer.
Well, he has one of the
Before we go to bed, I
big
apologize.
eggs, right?
I don't know what it is. It's a random egg from the top of the pile. Who knows? It could be anything. It could even be a T-Rex. Wouldn't that be wild? Yeah, I think we're done. Unless you guys had some other magical nonsense to get up to.
No, I'm good.
The only thing I was gonna say is I would have healed Randall 2d8 plus 6.
Ooh, very nice. Keeping that health up.
Yay.
All right.
I take those.
So the day passes, and you and Dave the Island are going to make your way back across the waters. You are going to be able to return to Rhymeview successfully. It is going to be how long of a journey back to Rhymeview here? It is going to be
Probably 4 days.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, it is 4 days exactly. All right. 1 character per day of journey. Discourse. Go ahead and roll me a d6.
That
That is a 5. The first day of your journey goes uneventfully. You eat your rations, have a good time in the lean-tos on Dave. Nothing bothers you. Let's go to Jonas. Roll me that d6.
Alright, hoping for a low roll.
A 3. The second day of the journey is uneventful. You have no encounters as you sail through the middle of the bay and get past the kind of Kraken's area. Randall, third day of your journey. Roll me a d6.
All right, Dave. If you see any sirens, you warn me against them. All right, buddy.
Dave is like, yeah, but you do not find any sirens or strange things.
Excellent.
Awesome. And Solomon, roll me a d6 for the final day.
Okay.
A 6. Your journey concludes. No events along the ocean. You pull back into Rhymeview, eggs in hand, ready to turn them in to the breeders. The breeders are ecstatic. You got 5 eggs. They pay you 500 gold pieces, for them. 100 per egg as required. They look at one of them that you have. This is a bright green egg, larger than all the rest, barely fits into the bag of holding. And they're like, I don't know what this is. Random eggs can be dangerous.
I'll explain, like, the giant lightning snake that bit me in the, like, pile of eggs, and it was from one of those. And I was like,
I'm not much of a serpent tamer. Do you have experience serpent taming? I don't.
It could be quite the
I'll give you 25 gold for it, though.
25 gold. Oh, man, that's a pretty expensive omelet. How about 50 gold and we'll call it good.
Well, here's the thing.
Maybe we donate it to one of the guilds.
Oh, no, you don't want to do that. You want to get paid, don't you?
This is a Titanic.
Look, my budget's pretty strapped. I only really had enough for the exit. I'll give you 35.
Deal all day.
No, that's not a deal. I want to give that to one of the guilds.
Jonas agrees, 35.
35 gold. We're poor. I appreciate the extra money. And be very careful. When the babies bit me, it almost killed me. And when the mom bit me, it certainly stopped my heart for moments.
Can we do some persuasion?
For?
Well, to get more money. That's low ball.
All right, Solomon, you're a negotiating type. Go ahead and give me a charisma persuasion check here.
Okay. I'll use my 14 portent.
Okay. Which gives you a what in total?
14.
A 14 in total.
Yeah.
So you have +0 to persuasion?
Correct.
Okay. That is successful. You know what? Solomon steps in. No. That's not a good price. And he haggles back and forth, and eventually we'll get you 50 gold pieces for it.
Nice. All right, high five. What a man. Solomon's a Chad.
All right. With that, your quest has... I'm sorry?
Apologize.
Oh, no worries. With that, your quest has come to the end. I have some gold pieces and some experience points to add up for you all. So in the meantime, while I do that, I'm going to send it around the table so that you guys can give yourselves a shout out and let people know where they can find you, what you got going on outside of the Miss here. Discourse Bot, let's start with you. Where can people find you on the internet or anywhere else?
Yeah, I can only be found. I mean, I guess also on DGG, but yeah. Aside from that, on Greg's Discord as Discourse Bot, and yeah, the only one I can shout out is Greg for this excellent campaign, which we all have huge fun and always look forward to every week. So yeah, big shout out to you, Greg, and thanks for hosting the session.
Oh, thank you for playing. Always appreciated. Excellent. Dan, you got anything you want to shout it out?
Shout out to Greg for walking to work. Giga Chad move.
Absolutely. The walking gang.
Yeah. Good for your mental health. Good for your physical health. All around. And good for the environment. Super great move by Greg.
Oh, thank you. Much appreciated. Soul Crusher, you got anything you want to shout out?
Shout out for my boy fucking around and finding out. He definitely found out today. Will not be fucking around in future missed episodes, probably.
He's like, I'm never going to.
It was fun. I always enjoy playing on the Mists. You'll see me here every like now and again whenever I get a game together. I think that's about it. Sometimes you'll catch me like talking in the background of Apollo_Nick and Rumble Roars Twitch streams whenever they're streaming. That's about it though.
All right. Excellent. And last but not least, Garrett, you have anything you want to shout out?
Sure. Shout out to my team for that awesome teamwork there on the not getting Randall killed and saving our monstrous excellent score. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Good work all around.
Good work all around. Excellent. Well, I have some rewards to hand out for you all. Why don't you all take home 169 gold pieces each? 169.
Nice.
Very nice.
Like a
And then I will also have you take home 1,475 experience points each.
Nice. I'm level 6 now.
Wow, nice.
I might be level 5. I have no idea.
It'd be pretty close.
Yeah.
And with that, I also want you to take home plus 10 reputation with the Whitewater Merchant League, as well as plus 5 to any major guild of your choice.
Just one?
Plus 5 to one major guild. Of your
choice.
choice.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I put that 5 into Shallow Rest?
I'm sorry?
Can I put this plus 5 that we can allocate to Shallow Rest instead of one of the major guilds?
Sure. Screw it. To any guild you want. Major or otherwise.
Nice.
No
So
worries.
that puts me back to 0 with them, and Amy Duskrin has forgiven me for freeing her.
It's no longer plotting your assassination.
No longer assassination in the works, huh? All right.
All of a sudden he stops looking over his shoulder.
You heard about the glorious fight.
You have also retrieved the eggs for a new thing in Rhymeview. Going forward in sessions, there are going to be new mounts available. You will be able to purchase a hippogriff from the new Beast Tamers as a mount for 450 gold pieces.
Okay.
You will also be able to buy a tamed giant lizard as a mount for 250 gold pieces.
250?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And that is it. No, that is not it. We have a couple of scrolls to hand out. also, I suppose, let's throw this over to the map real quick. I have a giant lizard for you that I have created. This is or giant salamander. I'm sorry. It is a giant salamander. There is the giant lizard or giant salamander mount. You can kind of read said mount and the things that it can do while you are using it. Little custom creature. I'll leave that up in the Roll20. We do have a couple of scrolls to hand out as well. So, as we know, the first scroll is a scroll of haste, straight from the book. The other scroll is the combo scroll of Skywrite and Meteor Swarm. So, let's start with the scroll of haste. Who would like to take home our scroll of haste?
I'd like to roll on it.
I think we're rolling off on that one.
All right.
Can I use it as a bard?
Yep,
I
absolutely.
mean, can't everyone keeps rolling it? Yeah, I'll roll.
Yeah,
use
you
it,
can use it like custom, as a once-off. But Solomon and me could
You
actually
can't learn it, but you can use it.
Oh,
He could learn it in
fair.
5 more levels or 4 more levels.
All right. Well, it sounds like we're getting 3D100s.
Then I guess I won't roll on it. I won't roll
No.
on it.
Okay.
If they can learn it. No.
Grand, Solomon, D100s.
Oh,
Whoa, a
shit.
98.
Oh, yeah.
Grand, that is your scroll of haste.
Well met. Well
much appreciated.
All right. And then we have the scroll of
met.
Skywrite and Meteor Swarm. Oh, who would like that?
I think
All right,
everyone
guys.
can roll on that. That's a orbital.
You guys want it? You don't want to donate it for massive rep for anywhere?
I 100% want this. This is the greatest scroll. of all
Okay,
time.
all right. You guys are psychopaths.
To
Let's
be
do
able
it. I
to
like
tell
it.
your enemy before you kill them, it's not
Yeah.
bad.
It's just a big. You skywrite a big middle
It
finger
was
right above him.
Yes, like
They're
this
like, what's
was
that supposed to mean?
Jonas, and
And
then
you guys all
fucking
know.
meteors from-
You guys all know what you have to write at Skywrite, right? Look up.
All
It's the
right.
bullseye.
With that, then, let's get 4 D100s. Highest will take it.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
So we get
Oh, jeez.
70, a 9, a 49, and a 3. Grand! It is yours,
Nice.
the scroll of Skywrite and Meteor Swarm.
I mean, I'd be, if anyone really wants to have it, or if we agree that we want to donate it, I'd also be open to it.
I mean, it's up to you. It's your item now. So if you wanted
Yeah.
to donate it, you can,
Maybe,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean,
it's
if
probably
I
worth
donate
a ton
it,
of rep.
we all profit from it, right? Because we all get rep.
I think the most we ever get is 10 rep from.
Yeah, that's my
donating,
question.
so-
How much would we get?
Do we have access to selling magical things? I don't think we do yet, right? You need a lot of
Okay.
rep for it.
You could donate it and find out, or you can keep it.
Mhm.
I'm not going to tell you.
I've
ahead
never
of
seen
time
him give
what
more
it's
than
worth.
10. So unless you want to donate it for 10, I think.
Yeah, okay, then I think I'll keep it.
Okay. Sounds good. That is your scroll. Thank you very much for playing with me. I had a good time as always. I don't think we have anything scheduled for this upcoming week, miss-wise. And then we have some tax season deadlines coming up. So we might have a little bit of a break here in the miss, but I look forward to getting back out there and doing it again soon. We will see you next time. Peace, everybody. Adios.
Bye.
See you. Bye.
Bye.